the ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there, subscribe, lock in, watch the show. You can also do it by going to the ESPN New York app and by clicking on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Little, what do you call it there? The tile up there in the corner. And, easy as pie to do. Bart is doing his usual TV stuff, highbrowing it for us here for the next little bit. So he will join us shortly. And dear God, do we have enough to discuss when it comes to the football in this town. The Giants and the Jets is what we are going to open the show with, and want you to be a part of the show early and often, for that matter. At 800-919-3776, we will also get some of the comments up from YouTube as well in discussing the Giants and the Jets currently. My friends, I will start with the Jets, and let's just begin right here. This is it. This is it. I mean, I think we all understand that this season is not going anywhere necessarily fast right now. And that's okay. Nobody expected this to be a playoff type year for the Jets. Not in any way. But what happens now is just determining everything. First of all, if you were ever dreaming about the playoffs, it ends with a loss this weekend. Because 0-3, this is a number we took you through a bit yesterday. 4 out of 165 teams since 1990 that have started 0-3 have made the playoffs. 4. That is 2.4%. Okay, so if you lose, you're not making the playoffs. That's pretty clear. Season is 100% on the line. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be taking out of this season. If I'm Aaron Glenn, all right, number one, I want to find out whether or not I have the ability to find a quarterback without having to go back and draft one for next year. And think about what the future is going to be if that's the case. Think about how I have to position myself to get a quarterback. That draft maybe not looking as good as it used to be. And now, then I still don't know who the future is, and I'm rolling the dice on it. If I'm trying to position myself that way, I would cite our friend Mel Kiper Jr. earlier this week with DiPietro and Rothenberg talking about exactly where we stand with the quarterbacks that are potentially in the draft.
Guess what, guys? If you want a quarterback you thought in August was going to be 6 or 7 first-rounders, think again. Things have changed big time. This quarterback class has underperformed so far, and I'll say so far. If you want to know who the two best that I've seen right now, it's John Mateer at Oklahoma and Fernando Mendoza at Indiana. Why Mendoza? Because he's played cupcakes. As far as Mateer, he's already played against that really good Michigan defense. John Mateer is the most entertaining quarterback you'll see in college football this year at Oklahoma, the way he plays the game. And Carson Beck. Don't forget about him at Miami. Carson Beck's got a ton of great players around him. That offensive line is deep and talented. And the other guys, like Aller, inconsistent. I watched that game against Villanova. He's got guys open, and he's missing them. Klubnik doesn't have Antonio Williams. He hasn't been what we thought. Nussmeier hasn't been what we thought. Sellers had the injury. You go down the line here. Sam Levitt, Arizona State. Nico out at UCLA. Coach is gone. Deshaun Foster after 3 games. So, no, this quarterback group, and I haven't even got to Arch. And I said last week, I don't want to talk about Arch. He's not going to be in this draft. He's not going to be on a big board. He's not going to be ranked in the top 10 positional quarterbacks. He's got to go back. 2026, guys, Arch Manning is not going to be in the NFL draft. He's going to get ready for the Texas Longhorns football season in 2026.
So here we are. All the guys that you would have considered at the beginning of the year, or the names that you were going to be keeping tabs on, are no longer names to be keeping tabs on for the moment. And then you've got 2 guys in Fernando Mendoza and John Mateer who weren't even remotely on the radar at the beginning of the season that you want to start paying attention to? Not really. So there's option 1. It's you start thinking about what the future is going to hold at the position, and that makes you want to play Justin Fields more to make sure that you are milking every last possibility out of him before you are willing to give up on the idea that he is not the guy. Okay, that's 1. Number 2, when I'm considering how I want to shape the culture of this football team, if I'm Aaron Glenn and I'm trying to install all of that this season, I've been in a position before, as he said the other day, we've been here before, where you're just starting and you're going to go through a lot of bumps. You'll remember year one under Dan Campbell in Detroit, 1-15. Now, that's obviously not going to fly here. And that's not where the Jets are, supposedly. But going up against it, you can still build a culture if guys actually believe in what you're doing. How do I get them believing in what I'm doing? When you're guys on that defense, when you're Sauce Gardner and you're Quinnen Williams and you're Quincy Williams, you are not thinking about 1-15. You are not thinking about what the next 5 years holds. You are thinking about what the next 2 years holds for you. So if you are locked in on that, it's that much more awfully difficult to build a culture in which you are losing. It can be done, but usually it's done with younger players. That's how it was done in Detroit. There were not veterans all over the place that you're trying to convince, and you need a proof of concept to convince them, and you have no proof of concept when you win one game or whatever it was. So if that's the case, then you start to think about, well, what has to happen? Well, that proof of concept, you have to win games. And so it becomes more important for Aaron Glenn to then win games and find your way to the middle of the pack and convince your younger veterans that this is the place to be for the next few years. Now, a couple of them just got paid. They're not going anywhere, but you get the point. Convince them that they want to be here, to be part of the turnaround, and to be part of what this ultimately can be. All right, so that's option 2 for what the season could be. Option 3, well, does it just then become about, do I have my quarterback for the long term or not? And we talked about what the draft possibilities were, but how much more important does it become for me to just hand the keys to Justin Fields and let him either drive it into the bridge abutment or drive it to the promised land? I think we know already, and it might be, you might think it's unfair. I think I know he's not the guy. I think what I've seen in the first 2 games has already shown me exactly what he is, because it is what he has been for his career. I will go back to the beginning with Fields. He had every ability to make every throw. He was somebody that had a 1,000-yard rushing season, which was incredibly impressive for a quarterback. But when push comes to shove and you're trying to read defenses down the field, it's taking too long. And we are dealing with an ability here to not necessarily process what you are seeing in real time. And that's an issue. You cannot be on dial-up when the offense is on 5G and the defense is on 5G, more importantly. So if Aaron Glenn is going to hand the keys to Justin Fields and just let him continue to figure out whether or not he's going to be the guy, I kind of know that answer already. I really should have been able to see it through training camp and through the first 2 games. If I could ever believe that Fields was going to be somewhat consistent like he was in week 1, then we'd have a whole nother game. We really would. It was a bad week last week. You're going up this week against a team that in Tampa Bay is all kind of banged up on the offensive side, but Fields isn't playing. So you're not going to get any more answers if you're looking for more answers. Which brings us to option 4, which is why it shouldn't necessarily be about trying to find an answer on a quarterback who's been in the league for 4 and 5 years now. Option 4 is, I need to show people that we can win as many games as possible, and that means I don't care who the quarterback is. It's very difficult to navigate a situation when you have decided to definitively hand the keys to somebody like Fields for a year and then want to immediately take them away. because you feel like Tyrod Taylor might give you the better chance to win? Oof. Like all the way around. That's not ideal. That's not ideal in any way possible. But it may still be the truth. My problem is, can I keep him upright and healthy for the season? I have the offensive line to do it, but he is just someone that has continually found his way to get injured. And it's not fair when you consider that, like, some of them were, well, he got his lung punctured by a needle that he was getting to get shot up before a game. Like, that's just a freak injury. But it also speaks to the fact that this guy runs into injuries by accident. And they just kind of happen. So you have to try to navigate your way through that. So what am I supposed to look for? This is my question to you right now. What am I supposed to be looking for from the Jets in the coming weeks? What am I supposed to be satisfied about when things go right? What questions do I want to answer? Question one would be making the playoffs. If I lose this week, that's not happening. And I don't think it's happening anyway. But if you really consider it, Joe Burrow being out for quite some time, like, that's one more team that was definitely a playoff contender that is not going to be when Jake Browning goes in last week, throws 3 interceptions, and yet somehow the Bengals still win the game. So the Bengals are not going to be as much of a factor. The Jets, if they actually won a game or two here and got to 2-2 after the Miami game in 2 weeks, then we've got a whole new ball game. But what's funny to me is I heard Dave and Rick talk about this morning. You think about before the Jets have even played on Sunday in Tampa this week, for next week, they are already 5.5-point underdogs to Miami. They're 4.5-point underdogs this week to Tampa. How is that possible? Like, Miami played maybe the best they're capable of playing last night, and they still lost by 10. And it could have been more. It could have been 13. Help the brother out with a little cover if we don't miss a field goal. But you get the point. That was the best the Dolphins could do, and they're 5.5-point favorites over the Jets already for a week and a half from now. I don't know if I buy that. So here we are, trying to figure out exactly what success looks like. And success, by nature, should not be this hard to try to identify. But with the Jets, they have kind of made it that this year. I'm still bullish on what they could be. But the only reason I'm bullish is their defense. And it has not been good in the first 2 weeks. It really has not. Let's be clear. If the Jets are going to win games, it's generally not going to be because of who the quarterback is. It's going to be because they're stopping teams and they're giving themselves a chance, and maybe they're scoring a touchdown here or there or setting themselves up with a turnover with good field position. They have been awful defensively through the first 2 games. This is where Aaron Glenn has to worry, I think, the most above all else. What is my defense going to be? Because that can instill a culture. That can show a toughness. That can show a discipline in what we are. We have not seen any of that with the Jets so far this season. Not in the least. That is what I am looking for on Sunday. I would like to see a team that actually looks like they're buying into what the coach is selling. Haven't seen that yet. I don't know if it's because they're not understanding the defense, but when you're getting run over like you are and you're not solving problems, yeah, that's a real concern. So it's hard to imagine, but you're already at a bit of a crossroads at this juncture of the season, and we're in week 3. Week 3 should never be a crossroads. Never, ever, 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 never be a crossroads. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Let's see here. I'm going to get a couple of the comments in on Twitter. And he is pointing to, we've got a couple here. YouTube, excuse me. Thank you. Sir God checking in. Funny how you weren't saying this after the first game, but okay. Well, this is the point. After the first game, everybody felt good because they scored a lot of points. And you thought Pittsburgh is a lot better than they actually are. And Fields actually looked like a good quarterback. I wasn't saying any of this. The one thing I did say about Fields was, if Fields plays anywhere near that level, then the Jets are actually going to have an opportunity to win some games. But he went back to being the inconsistent guy that he is, Sir God. So that's why we stand where we are at the moment. Emmanuel checking in. With both the Jets and Giants, I'm looking for alcohol every evening. That's unfortunate, yet unsurprising. Bart B here shortly. Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN. Let's get to some calls at 800-919-3776. We will start with Brian in Rockville Center on ESPN New York. Brian, what's going on, Big Cat? What do you got?
Good morning. Good morning. I was listening to Rick and Dave before this, and they were putting up the scenario: if Tyrod balls out against Tampa, should we be looking to make the change? I think this is all getting overblown. Nobody showed up against Buffalo. It was embarrassing. And we're talking about buying into Aaron Glenn's culture. That's what I'm really worried about right now, because they played their hearts out against Pittsburgh. I thought Justin Fields was very, very good. Maybe it's because I'm a Jet fan. I'm not used to seeing good quarterback play. And then obviously Buffalo was a disaster, but the whole team did not come out at home, and I was very, very disappointed with that.
That's understandable why you would be, because it was a complete no-show. You're right.
It was a complete no-show. And one thing, I've been meaning to say this for now 2 years, and I've been keeping my mouth shut. Michael Clemens has got to go. I saw a stat. He is one of the only players in the entire league. Doesn't have a hurry, doesn't have a sack, doesn't have nothing, and all he does is contribute to stupid penalties. And he has been a no-show for 3 years. And he's not getting any flack for it. He is useless on the field.
Brian, appreciate the call. Thanks for checking in. Michael Clemens, you're not going to get one bit of disagreement from me. And just in talking to people around that situation, like, it's one thing to commit stupid penalties. It's another thing to talk about where your mindset is consistently. And I don't think his mindset is at all in the right place when it comes to what the Jets are trying to accomplish and when it comes to what Aaron Glenn is trying to set up as his culture. God, I'm so sick and tired of the word culture. I'm so sick of it. I have worked places where they would talk about culture, and they would not stop talking about culture. And when that is the case, you don't have it. This is not one of those places, by the way. The other place, they did spend a little time talking about that. Anyway, you get the point. If you have to talk about it, you don't have it. So let's stop talking about it. I know that what Aaron Glenn wants to do, and I know what he wants the identity of his team to be. It's not a situation where I would be overly alarmed early. But if I were him, it would be bothersome that my team had a complete no-show that soon. That would really bug me. 800-919-3776. What exactly are you going to gauge with this season right now? Like, what has your interest if you lose this week? And I hate that we're even talking about that as a possibility, but we have to. David and Elizabeth is up next. Brother, what's going on?
What up, big brother? How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm all right.
Hit me up. What do you got?
Football and everything else for the weekend.
I only caught like 5% of what you just said.
Why? Service was going in and out. I apologize about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, they got me on the road doing deliveries today at work. So yeah, this is beautiful.
Okay.
I get to focus on sports. So this is my expectation with Glenn and Jets and everything. Yes, like the other caller just said, they got to go back to Fields because we got to see what he is. I personally think him being out this weekend and watching Tyrod, like maybe, this kid, like he could see something in his game that he can improve on or see how to, take command of the huddle or whatever the situation may be. He'd be able to pick something up. Just like I think Jackson Dart is collecting a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge just watching the game rather than just playing it as well. But, they got to go back to him. We got to see what he is. And also, going back to him, we'll see if Aaron Glenn is really who he says he is. So far, I'm with him. I'm not against the new regime. But I want to see why Muji's taking long to get a second receiver or try to do something for the team. I wonder what's taking him so long, but we'll see.
I don't think there's anybody that they really consider good enough to bring in right now, if I had to guess. And thanks for the call, man. I really don't think the Jets look at any of what's out there at the moment or what has been out there and feel like it's good enough to bring in. Like if they were going to be talking about bringing in a Keenan Allen, you would understand from a talent standpoint where they would think that probably couldn't keep him on the field. And that's what his history has been. So why would I believe in his ability to stay healthy if that's the case? Bartolomeo, how did it go this morning? I did not see any of the show, unfortunately. I was running my wife to the airport today, which is always you know what's the worst part?
Yeah.
When you are driving to the airport, in this case Newark, and you see what it's going to look like coming back, and you see the traffic just piling up for the route back home for me while she's sitting in Aubon Pan in the airport getting herself a nice croissant and a coffee.
She using your American Express and going to the suite, baby. You know what I'm saying? She's living it up. You know what
we're all up in that United Club.
Hot towels and everything, lemongrass, all that good stuff, man. But I tell you what, man. Well, this morning it was fun. We had a lot of fun. We talked about, of course, the game last night, which is, directly correlated with the Jets. Right?
Well,
Miami didn't look as inept.
I just want to bring this to your attention real quick, and you may know this already, that next week already, even before last night started, the Jets are somehow 5.5-point underdogs to the Dolphins next week.
Yeah, makes sense.
They're 4.5 this week, though.
It's like we didn't get beat down as much as the Jets did, so they must be better than the Jets.
I mean, really? Because I thought that's about the best that the Dolphins are capable of playing.
Yeah, it probably was. And with that being said, Tua Tagovailoa only threw for like 146 yards.
How many times are we going to throw behind the line of scrimmage passes?
Exactly. And I think just the league as a whole is catching up to what Mike McDaniel wants to do and understanding. They pack the middle, knowing that that's where all the balls are coming, and very few balls are going outside the numbers. And they pack the middle, and they've yet to make that adjustment. Tyreek Hill got loose, but that was based on Tua Tagovailoa showing us something he hasn't shown us almost ever, his ability to stand with his legs. And he was smart. He's not leading with his head anymore. He gets down as soon as he has to, which is showing growth to prolong that. But once again, dumb penalties, and that's what bad teams do. And, the Jets and Miami Dolphins could kind of match each other with some of the stupidity that they've done as far as these self-inflicted errors. I mean, you got a defensive nose guard thinking he's going to be Jokic or Big Country Reeves. Like, your fat ass ain't got no vertical that high. Like, what the hell are you jumping for, man? Like, get out of here, man. Who told you Nikola Jokic? Once you stretch out like that, you that damn big, you can't stop. Like, the kicker could have been 5 yards further back, and his fat ass would have rolled into him eventually. Man, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing, man?
When you see that is a bad football team. When you see that kind of thing happen, when you actually get some kind of momentum.
Right there.
And then you have the dumbest of the dumb penalties.
By a dude with a C on his chest.
Oh.
This ain't Michael Clemens. This is their best defensive lineman.
It's amazing. You were gone for 15 minutes to start the show as you're getting over there. And what happens? I've got, people already killing Michael Clemens.
It's like you can't get right, man. Like, we all had teammates like that, man.
So here's what I want to discuss when we return, something I started the show with, and we want to hear from you on this at 800-919-3776. So if it's 0-2 and you're looking at 0-3 and you have a 2% chance at 0-3 of making the postseason, how am I then supposed to grade what I'm seeing this year?
Yeah.
When I've already had one no-show, I don't know that I have a quarterback. The draft doesn't exactly look great. Like, there's a whole lot there. So we'll discuss in moments. Bart's here. We're just getting started on this Football Friday. We have got sideline to sideline in which we will go through each game and take a look at what we've got coming this weekend. I laid the 11.5 last night, which didn't help anybody.
You laid the 11?
Yes, I did. Because I think the Dolphins are atrocious. I really do. But you know what's going to make it impossible for me to bet those games if those numbers are going to be that high on Miami all year. But I'll tell you what, right now before Sunday, I would grab that 5.5 with the Jets.
Yeah.
If they're getting 5.5 against an 0-3 Miami team, let's go.
They definitely setting you up because, I mean, with all the injuries, you just wonder how Tampa's going to be able to be functional. And Baker, a little banged up too. So that's interesting.
Bart Carlin, we're just getting started. Let's do this. Also on YouTube, load up over there as well on the ESPN New York YouTube page. You can access it by just clicking the tile on the ESPN New York app. We're freaking everywhere. Let's go on a Football Friday on 880 ESPN, ESPN New York app, and on YouTube, baby.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
The Ryder Cup is more than golf. It's a global celebration. And this year, Ryder Cup Live makes you part of it all. Cheer with fans at Rockefeller Center. Join watch parties at New York's favorite bars. Or host your own unforgettable gathering with Ryder Cup Live fan kits. Whether you're in the city, on Long Island, or at home with friends, you can rally behind your team and share in the energy of golf's biggest stage. The Ryder Cup. It's not just a match, it's a movement.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with PrizePicks, where it's good to be right.
Download the PrizePicks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Super Sale and get 40% off paints and stains September 19th through the 24th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on the ESPN New York app. On the YouTube chat, who was it who brought it up? Somebody just brought it up. I lost where they said it, but they said you're looking like 05 Sea Breezy today. Well, Chris Brown. I don't know if I want that comparison, but at least from a fashion standpoint, what is that? A yellow hoodie cardigan? What do you got?
Oh, what I got on? Yeah. Yeah, it's my hoodie. You know, it's one of my funny hoodies, my Bumblebee. It's gray because I got gray pants on. So
it's got a yellow hoodie
patches
with gray stripes, and, of course, you're matching the pants. You know what? Like, it's so next level with you sometimes. Like, when it comes to sweats, like, when you're dressing down, you're still matching.
I love fabric, man. So I thought it was going to be a lot colder than it was today. You know, when we come to work, but get up, I'm up super early. So I was up super early, and I thought that maybe it was going to be a little bit more chilly, but it is hot as hell outside.
Yeah, it is a little too warm. But hit us up on the YouTube as well. You can watch the show entirely there, and, of course, listen on ESPN New York's app. So I want to just start there where what we were talking about a little bit before the break. I'm really having trouble figuring out, if I'm Aaron Glenn, what this season is supposed to be. By the way, I mistakenly said earlier that the Jets were only 4.5-point underdogs. They're 6.5-point underdogs to Tampa this weekend. I mean, I don't want to call that stealing money, but it might be.
Yeah, we might need to go and get that.
Anyway, my point being, Bart, like, how am I supposed to gauge this season now? Because I think I know what the quarterback is, and it might only be 2 games, and I know they'll probably play him some more, but I think I already have the answer to that. And now my defense has not played well. Like, if I'm Aaron Glenn, what does this become about for the rest of this year?
I mean, listen, you're still going to get back to evaluating Justin Fields, but you just hope that, hopefully you'll have the opportunity to be able to be in meaningful games. If Tyrod Taylor can somehow find a way to win and beat Tampa on the road, and then I play him back-to-back because I don't want to mess up that momentum. I want to be able to expand off what we did the week before. Then a soft landing for them is a NFC team going against the Dallas Cowboys, and have an opportunity to play them. I'll let Justin Fields come back there because their defense isn't a threat, right? You think about the threat. Miami defense isn't a threat outside of Bradley Chubb. Chubb being able to really rush the passer and Russo. No, it's not. It's Phillips for them, right? I always get them mixed up with their teammates. Phillips, right? So Tyrod Taylor maybe being able to try and get you for the next 2 games, and then I'll put the footwork against the Dallas Cowboys, who every offense has done well against. Then you could be working with something. I mean, if by some way the Jets find a way to win 2 games, and looking at how Miami looked last night, it won't be a cakewalk because if this week was a desperation, the following week is going to be even more desperate.
Is it? Do you if you can't get it last night, do I think a week and a half from now Miami's really going to be that much more desperate, or could they already be dead?
I mean,
like that looked like a team last night. That was kind of typical, wasn't it? When they come out, they score a touchdown in the first sequence. They're all fired up and then all that and then it gets away from them.
This is one thing I know, and I didn't know when I was playing, and I didn't understand it. Miami hates the Jets. Like the rivalry,
really?
Yes. Like when I had guys that came up here when Jason Taylor, they you know how we say is Pittsburgh week in Baltimore, they say it's Jets week in Miami.
Really?
I don't know what it goes back to, where it started. So I didn't know that it was this level of disdain for the Jets when I used to play against them because I didn't really know. I always thought everybody was mad at the Patriots. And, like, no, their rivalry, whether it's going back to the Jumbo Elliott catch or the fake spike from Dan Marino, like, their real rival who they really disdain and hate and don't respect, it's the Jets. So you're going to get their best because they're going to have that. It's Jets week. So I hope the Jets fans and the Jets players understand how personal they take it.
Let's get Subi in Midtown in right here on the phones at 800-919-3776 on what you're supposed to be gauging this season on. Subi, what's up, brother?
Hey, this defensive line is supposed to be a force this weekend, obviously, because the Bucs' offensive line is not going to be complete. What is Bart Scott's opinion about how many sacks Will McDonald can get, and if these linebackers can, give some boost to the defense? Because, in my opinion, they should have just given everything they have for McCall Parsons. At least they would have had a leader on this defense. If they can't make any impact this weekend, then I'm giving up hope for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but remember, you're losing Quentin Williams in that exchange as well. So that that is a big thing as well when he's a homegrown talent. Very, you don't know how that affects his, the relationship with what him and Quincy has. And he's been a Pro Bowler. He's been one of the very few. And you're talking about $188 million as well. Like, let's not forget that.
Right. But we talked about this off the air, not much on the air the other day. You would have done that.
I would have thought heavly about it. But
Let
then
me ask you this.
It would have had to be something else because if you did the Parsons trade, you would have had to find a way to trade Will McDonald or Tom or Jermaine Johnson because you need something else if you're going to lose Quentin.
So that's what I was going to say.
You would have had. I would have had to exchange. I would have had to send them 2 players in the draft picks, and they would have had to give me one of their defensive tackles that they drafted over the last couple of years because I can't be without anybody, to stop the run on the edge.
Well, let me ask you that. Instead of Quinnen, what if it was like McDonald or Jermaine Johnson that they wanted and 2 ones?
Yeah,
I would have done that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would have did that. I mean, but you got to think it's going to be very difficult to fit that underneath the salary cap after paying Sauce and after paying Garrett, knowing what you have pending coming forward. So that means that means
what do I have pending coming forward?
That means
I don't have it at quarterback right now.
That means you have a year with that means you have a year basically going to lose Brees, potentially. That means you're going to probably lose Jermaine Johnson, right? So you got to trade him and hope that if you traded Will McDonald, you're going to be losing him in a couple of years because you can't pay him $188 and then pay him $100.
So one of the 2, but like if I had made it one of the 2 as opposed to Quinnen, in place of Quinnen plus 2 ones, I wonder if Dallas would have done that because at the very least you're getting a younger pass rusher back.
Yeah, the best
might be a poor man's Parsons.
The best team that I'm surprised didn't do it was the Patriots. They could have gave up Barmore, and he's just like Quentin Williams as well. He's a dynamic young talent. And they could have did that, and they would have had Harold Landry and Parsons on opposite sides. I think Harold Landry is right now damn near leading the league in sacks.
I don't understand.
Because they trade. Remember, they paid Milton.
Yeah.
So they still would have had a dominant interior guy that they spent a lot of money for.
I don't understand why they wouldn't have made that trade. Like, Vrabel wrote that off and was like, nah, it wasn't going to fit for us. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't get that. You got a quarterback that you ain't paying for the next 5 years. I didn't understand why that didn't make sense.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. And I think they'd be in a much better position in the division that I think we can see is not really all that good. We didn't think it was that good, and it turns out that's true, at least so far. Yeah. Am I wrong about that?
No, not at all. You know what's crazy? Another thing that really came up in this morning is people are really starting to feel bullish on the Giants over Kansas City. The Giants have never beaten the Kansas City Chiefs have never beaten the Giants in its history in MetLife or in New York.
Yeah.
They're over.
I know why, too.
You know why enough to put it on wax?
I do, and I will.
You going to
How
bet it?
about that? You ready?
Yes.
It's coming in a few minutes. Oh! Hit you with the tease. Oh. You don't seem amused by that.
Oh, because now I'm finally watching on TV now, so now I can see you.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm extremely white this morning. Nothing new there.
No, I see a hint of red. Maybe we got the contrast up on my screen, but on YouTube, to me, you look, you got a lot of color to you.
I think you got the contrast up because I drew out some of that color in my skin this summer, and it has disappeared already. And I go right from white to beet red, and then it kind of works into a little bit of a tan, and you just try to keep that base. Yeah, it's gone quickly. It was like it's like it's January already over here.
I almost lost you. Look like you were just a floating head because the black shirt is matching in with the black chair.
Ooh, Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app. Also on YouTube at 800-919-3776. My friends, golf's greatest rivalry tees off at Bethpage Black. And the guys are bringing you all the action, energy, and passion straight from the course. That's right, DiPietro and Rothenberg next Friday morning, only on ESPN New York, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. No matter what you're playing for, make it superior with Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, a superior taste worth playing for. Official beer sponsor of the Ryder Cup.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. We all turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one. Find your right match with BetterHelp. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout.
You gotta do is put up.
Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Brooklyn. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. With special guest L. King. Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. Live at Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th.
Drink a little drink.
Get tickets now. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
We are moving now.
Electric bikes are everywhere. They are quiet and very fast. Teens ride them on the roads, in bike lanes, but also in places they should not be, like sidewalks and parks.
Look out!
When you ride, wear a helmet. Don't speed. Watch out for pedestrians and cars. New York State and your community have specific rules for electric bikes. Follow them. Go to trafficsafety.ny.gov for more info. A message brought to you by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Super Sale and get 40% off paints and stains September 19th through the 24th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep, bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer, now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout. Now with harder hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
ESPN New York Couchcast is coming.
I just didn't feel like physically getting off the couch.
Don't miss this live stream event with your favorite ESPN New York personalities, including Dave Rothenberg.
Is football season here yet?
Rick DiPietro, Chris Carlin, Michael Kay. Oh, football. And Don Hahn Rosenberg.
They're playing football!
It all happens September 29th when the Jets face the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Watch the guys' instant reactions and hear their unfiltered commentary all game long.
You're bad at football.
See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
I'm just trying to have the best possible show. When does that start?
The ESPN New York Couchcast is brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
Hey.
When I see you doing this, and then I hear it, I don't know. It's just it's and when I'm not there, I guess I don't appreciate it as much when I'm not there, and now I do.
Right.
Like, when I am there, I should say, I don't appreciate it as much.
Because visually you can see it.
Yes, but I take it for granted when I'm there. That's my point. And then I kind of miss it when I'm not sitting next to you. Today I happen to not be sitting next to you because, I'm doing the show from the house today.
Yeah, man. You got a big one today, man.
We got Rutgers, Iowa tonight. God forbid I drive into the city and then have to go work somewhere else.
The Piscataway Massacre?
All right, settle down. Everybody calm down here, okay? 2 good defensive teams. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Just calm down.
Got to have them trick plays up for the day, baby.
Oh, it's not like that. Come on. It's not like back in the day when I'm the Dolphins going into Buffalo. With the Giants, like you were saying, everybody's kind of seems to be coming around on the Giants. This, to me, looks very much like one of those games where people over the course of a week talk themselves into something. Yep. And the time just kind of drags along, and they see the Chiefs not playing as well, and we talk ourselves into the fact that the Chiefs are falling off, and maybe this is the week that the Giants do it. Look what they just did to putting up 40 points the other day or whatever it was.
Rondell Robinson, if we can get that from Rondell, I mean,
we can get 190 yards a week from Rondell Robinson. We're in good shape. Yeah, no duh.
Malik Neighbors is the best receiver in all of football.
As I said, everybody calm down. It does. So everybody's starting to buy into that when you were over there this morning?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you had Strager willing to mention it, but not willing to take him. And then you had Harry who said, I'm going to take him, but my confidence level is 25%.
Oh, they might upset them. They might win this game, but I'm not going to pick them.
Right. So that's Strager. Strager
that is gutless.
Right. He just wanted to try. He still wanted to be able to walk around in New York without having to claim anything.
Oh, that is just gutless on his part.
But Harry Doogie, your boy Harry Doogie, was like, I'm going to take him at 25%, but his graphic said something else, but he changed it. I felt like he got emotional. Man with sensitivity like Ralph Transman. He got caught up in the moment.
So he actually did take the Giants.
Yeah, but he said he had 25% faith in it.
What's the point of taking him? Like, here's what everybody has not figured out yet. It doesn't matter whether we're right or wrong.
Right.
It actually doesn't. Nobody's really keeping score unless you're abominably bad at it. Nobody is really keeping score. Listen, cover me for a sec. I got to sneeze.
Well, people are really are high on the fact that the Giants and what they did last week, and they think that, hey, well, you look at Kansas City right now. Everything is Patrick Mahomes save us. We don't know if Worthy's going to be there. We don't know, Travis Kelce is definitely slowed down, and they can't run the ball. Your boy, your Rutgers Pacheco isn't really running the ball well. Now, they're not running the ball well because people are loading the box because they have no respect for the weapons on the outside. Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster's not supposed to be like bums. Like, Hollywood Brown is a 1,000-yard receiver. He's a first-round draft pick from the Baltimore Ravens. So, nobody's feeling sorry for them. But can this Giants defense take advantage of it? That's the question. Can they take care of it? Can they hold it down? Can they step up and be the team that we thought? Or is this secondary going to get barbecue chicken, filet of fish?
Let me ask you something. We talked about this yesterday. When you sit there as an older player and you watch tape and you see yourself and you're like, oh, God, I didn't have anything in the tank yesterday. Like, I'm looking slow and all that stuff. Do you think that there's a lot of Chiefs that are watching tape that are seeing that right now?
I mean, I think they see that, Travis Kelce, from that standpoint, are saying, hey, man, he's not elite anymore. He's still serviceable, but he's not elite. It's like watching Ray Lewis in his last 2 years with Baltimore. Like, you still knew that the guy was in there somewhere, but you knew you weren't going to see him too often. And you knew that it was more about, what he can tell you to do than what he can actually do himself. And when I say tell you what to do, he can tell you, hey, anticipate this, jump this, do this, but he couldn't physically do it himself. Just the mind would tell the body to do something that it's just not capable of doing.
Greg is in Greenwich. He's up next on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app. What's up, Greg?
Hi, good morning, guys. Good.
How
My question is to you is that if the Giants do not have a winning season, does both the GM and the head coach get fired or just the head coach? Love to hear your feedback.
I mean, it's interesting, right? Because you can say that Daboll, may not have the record, but if you see development from Jackson Dart, you don't want to stunt that growth, as we're kind of watching it happen with Caleb Williams all over again with Ben Johnson as his coach. So you want to have some consistency if you believe in the pick. But if you don't believe in Jackson Dart, then you might just say, you know what, we're going to start all over again and see if we can figure it out from there. But definitely if they don't win, I think the general manager is going because the excuse is going to be this roster isn't talented enough, and it's not that we haven't allocated the funds for that. We went out and got a Debo. We went out and got a K. We went out and spent money, and you spent my money badly. That's going to be the result.
And then you're going to – and the one where you really spent the money badly was on the quarterback. Because if he goes somewhere else and plays like he does right now, and it's because – not because you paid him necessarily, but because you really did not draft well or pick guys well to protect him, that's on the GM as well.
And you paid the wrong people.
Yeah.
Right? That's pretty much it. You let Xavier McKinney go, and then now you pay Javon Hollins. Could have gave that money to McKinney at a much cheaper rate maybe a couple of years ago, and he's playing it at a high level for Green Bay. He's one of the reasons why people are so bold on that defense, because he plays the second level so well.
Jordan, East Islip, next, 880 ESPN and on YouTube. Jordan, what's up, buddy?
The Chiefs and the under. I mean, give me a break already with this, right? I just want to start, first of all, with, everybody kind of calling for Michael Clemens' head. I do kind of understand it's been a lot with him, throughout the years. But I will say, in terms of the accountability, I know you guys were watching. I mean, Glenn was tearing into him. I don't know if Big Mike's ever been spoken to like that in his life. You know what I mean? So at least there is that. He's got the physical.
But don't you have to be productive to be able to keep your job eventually when something like that goes on and you just cut somebody the week before?
He has the physical stature.
I don't disagree.
He has the physical stature. I don't know if he has the physical thing, because Name me your top 5 great Michael Clemens plays. I'll wait.
That's a fit. I could see it either way. I do get it, but I think my overall thing is just I think Jet fans in general, and you can't blame us because we're so hungry for any sort of success, but I think maybe we do need to remind ourselves that this is year one of Aaron Glenn, and they're really here to assess everything from top to bottom this year. And, maybe because we have some veteran talented pieces, we're expecting to compete a little more, and we should, because realistically there are those veteran talented pieces. But at the same time, he does have to have the time to implement all of these different things, the discipline and the game plan. And, I just think sometimes we need to remember that this is year one for a guy who had a lot of success as a defensive coordinator on what was the best team in the league the past 2 years.
For me, Jordan, the issue is that it got worse from week 1 to week 2, right? I understand, like they supposedly had set the floor. Right? And the floor was what they did in week 1, which it wasn't perfect, but week 2 was even worse, and they panicked early. So that's what makes me nervous. Like, okay, are they regressing? Are they listening to him? Do they take him seriously? Or is he just a boy that cried wolf? Is he just barking and yelling and nobody really respects it?
It is hard to go from feeling as good as people did after week 1 to feeling as lost as they did after week 2.
Yeah. I mean, it was night and day. It wasn't even competitive. Like, it was like 3 snaps on offense, and it was like, all right, well, this game is not going to be a ball game. And the fact that Buffalo just couldn't find ways to score touchdowns in the red zone is what made them even have a chance in the game. And they couldn't cash in on that because their quarterback was 3 for 11.
It's Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, in moments, sideline to sideline. But Bart first has this from our friends at Samwell.
Friends, go see Dr. Jay Shaw. He's a double board certified Ivy League trained pain specialist. Don't let your neck, back, sciatica, or nerve pain slow you down at work or from the things you love. It's time for you to reclaim your active lifestyle by calling Dr. Jay Shaw today at Samwell Pain. Dr. Shaw treats joint, neck, back, sciatica, and nerve pain. Dr. Shaw is also a migraine and headache specialist. Procedures involve no cuts, no scars, no incisions, or downtime. Call Dr. Jay Shaw and take a non-surgical approach with precise image-guided procedures without any pain medication. Enjoy a pain-free life. Same-day or next-day appointments are available. Go to SamwellPain.com to book online. Put an end to your pain and suffering today. Why wait any longer? Make your appointment with Dr. Jay Shaw by going to SamwellPain.com now. Regain your active lifestyle and enjoy all your favorite activities pain-free. Samwell Pain now has 3 convenient locations in Woodbridge, Livingston, and a brand-new office in Inglewood to best serve Bergen County. Visit SamwellPain.com or text or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Most major insurances are accepted.
The right mattress helps you sleep at night. The right price helps you sleep even better. Hi, it's Michael K. I trust my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and listen, they won't just sell you a mattress. Their experts walk you through a 4-step fitting process so your bed actually fits you. Now, that's what I call service, which is kind of their thing. Get top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, all at the guaranteed lowest prices. Plus, fast and free delivery. Sleep better with PC Richard & Son, the local company you can trust. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up, excludes Manhattan.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Put him in the box! This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Yes, friends, Football Friday, Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on the ESPN New York app. He is Bart Scott, I am Chris Carlin, and this is Sideline to Sideline.
It's gonna happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go, with Bart and Carlin.
Before we get to the rest of the games on Sunday, just one note off of last night. And I was one of these guys, and I know Kanty was one of these guys. I want to get your take. That Josh Allen used to be incredibly careless with the football. And we're not talking about all that long ago, but Bart, the Bills have gone 25 straight games now without losing the turnover battle. That is the longest streak by any team since 1940, and it was not all that long ago that we all thought that as long as this guy keeps trying to kill everybody and make plays, when plays are not there to be made, that they are dead in the water. But he has fixed himself in that regard.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of that credit to Joe Brady and his ability to really commit to running the football with James Cook, which makes him be in better, more favorable down the distances. And it seems like he's matured and he's understood that how important winning a turnover battle is. And they've done a good job in not giving him great weapons. Like, they want Keon Coleman to be better. Yeah, he dropped another pivotal play that could have put the game away. And thank God for them, or I'm sure they're thanking God that the fact that, you got an idiot nose guard that thinks he's all of a sudden Nikola Jokic with this 1-inch vertical. But when you see, what happens is he's taking care of the football, and because he's such a threat to throw and run, he's getting guys you saw yesterday. He tried it twice now, and I always say that imitation is the greatest form of flattery. with him throwing the underhand shuffle pass, so to speak. Then he tried to throw one to the running back the same way. Looked a lot like Patrick Mahomes. But this team, ultimately, I think what would do them in is the fact that their defense is horrid.
It really is. Oh, God. It really is bad. I don't know how they're supposed to stop anybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's the philosophy of how they go about it. They play in sub-personnel. They don't really – and you can miss me with the Isaiah Oliver's out because nobody's crying Tampa Bay or River for all the injuries that they have. That's the NFL. I think ultimately that's what's going to derail them, the fact that Josh Allen is going to run into somebody, whether it's Justin Herbert or one of those San Diego Charger defenses, or if the Ravens figure themselves out. They're setting themselves up for having a tremendous season, maybe only lose 1 game, 2 games, and go home in the playoffs.
All right, 2 games this weekend between 2-0 teams.
Yeah.
First one, Rams and Eagles in Philadelphia. Bart, last year, the Eagles played the Rams twice. In those 2 games, Saquon Barkley rushed for 460 yards.
Right.
That is the most that a guy has rushed against an opponent in 2 games in the same season, when you include the playoffs, a non-division opponent. The same season.
I'm glad you said non-division because when you add Jamal Lewis against the Baltimore Ravens against the Cleveland Browns,
right?
I think he ran for
that was 6,000
yards. He ran for 600. 600.
Non-division
Gotcha.
Since 1970, 460.
Well,
that's absolutely absurd.
Well, you talk about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has not. He rushed for 88 yards. He hasn't cracked.
He's done a ton, yeah.
Yeah, he hadn't done a ton, and really, Jalen Hurts hasn't done a ton. I mean, last week he threw for 146 yards. He made the plays that they needed to make to win, but by no means necessary has he played well. A.J. Brown still hasn't got off the snide. They haven't found a way to get him. They're able to get Devontae Smith on a nice little run last game, a nice little pass, like a 64-yard pass. But the offense has not looked elite, and the defense hasn't looked elite, especially with Adoree Jackson, being a weak link in that chain. And it's going to be a hell of a test because Puka Nacua right now, like I said, he's like Deebo Samuels with a ponytail. Like, he scored on the end around. They're giving him the ball as a running back. He's making all the plays. And secretly, I believe that Puka Nacua has etched himself inside that top 5 wide receiver rankings, in my opinion. And then Devontae Adams goes over 100 yards for the first time last week. It's going to be a lot for that secondary to deal with because they don't have the pass rush like they had last year.
Now, incredibly important game, and you think that's nuts. It's week 3. Why is it important? Bart, since they expanded the playoffs in 2020, the team that starts the season 3-0 makes the playoffs 86% of the time. 86% of the time.
You're saying it's a chance.
I'm saying that the team that wins this game is going to the playoffs. Colts-Titans. Colts 2-0. Titans 0-2. I don't know if we have to talk about the Titans.
What you just say about teams going 3-0? What you say?
I said the Colts, if they go 3-0, they got an 86% chance of going to the postseason. They're going to the playoffs if they win this game.
I mean, you look at what the Texans have, right? The Texans is 0-2. We know they're much better than that, but they still haven't found a way to protect C.J. Stroud. So, I mean, you talk about how pivotal this is for Indianapolis. They could put a chokehold on their division early.
We have not talked about Cam Ward very much. I am very interested to see how Lou Anarumo, which I think it's a little bit overlooked right now with the Colts. Danny Dimes' story, but Anarumo is doing a nice job with their defense. They haven't been overpowering, but it confuses the hell out of people. I think that could be ugly for Cam Ward.
Yeah, their defenses play. You talking about Tennessee's defense, or are you talking about?
I'm talking about Indianapolis defense against Cam Ward in Tennessee.
Yeah, they're starting. Listen, we knew that they had a talented group. They just, they're playing both ways, right? It's easy to be able to play defense when you have a lead or your offense has been able to put points on them.
Bengals 2-0 somehow, don't know. They're at the Vikings 1-1. If the Bengals win and go to 3-0, I would still think they would be among the 14% who don't go to the playoffs as opposed to the 86% who do. Bart, it's just like we drew it up. Jake Browning against Carson Wentz.
Exactly. It's funny, right? When you think about this as a big game. I think this is one of the feature games of the week. We thought, because I know that Randy Moss is interviewing Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase today, and they expected there was going to be some fireworks. There's going to be some fireworks, but it won't be from the people that we thought was going to be behind center. With that being said, it's still pivotal because in that division, who the Minnesota Vikings have to try and keep up with. That's the Green Bay Packers and the Lions. We'll find out. The Lions got tough treading to go because they have to deal with the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football in that environment when they're wearing their all-black uniforms. So you want to say, hey, I want to stay close to the pack and while we improve, and hopefully, we'll see if Carson Wentz can hold court.
Steelers and Patriots in New England. This used to be a house of horrors for Pittsburgh, but I'm curious as to what the Steelers look like this week.
Yeah,
are they bad or are they good? I don't think they're good.
Yeah, everybody's talking about the fact that Aaron Rodgers' pass attempt is kind of the shortest in all the football.
The least amount of air yards. Yeah.
Yeah, but last week, yesterday we watched Tua Tagovailoa. His air yards was 4.3. I think Aaron Rodgers was 5.2. I think it's a little bit more. I think people are really not giving Seattle the credit that they deserve as far as how outstanding they are defensively and the personnel that they have and how well they've been playing under Mike Macdonald for a couple of years now, but especially this year now that he's able to kind of shape that roster, mold that roster to what he wants.
Now, I'll give you something to feel good about if you're a Jet fan, okay? Remember how Belichick, we all thought, was screwing the Jets over by making that trade with Pittsburgh at the draft a couple of years ago, so Pittsburgh could get in front of the Jets and take Broderick Jones?
Yeah.
You know how many sacks Broderick Jones has given up this year?
All
4 already.
All of them.
All of them. He has given up 15 sacks since the start of last season. That is the most in the NFL. And you got Will McDonald, so I think you're doing okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bill. Once again, you try to sabotage me. Tricked yourself.
Once again, Bill doesn't know what the hell he's doing at the draft. Texans, Jaguars, because we're contractually obligated. My God.
It's interesting. This is divisional.
The thing that really interests me the most is the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You're right. Jacksonville come off a heartbreaking loss last week. They lost to Cincinnati without Joe Burrow.
Well, the thing that really interests me the most, and locally, I'll say it selfishly, is how the whole Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence thing goes. And we saw a little bit of, Trevor Lawrence waving him off last week on the sideline, like, yeah, just relax over there, son. Yeah. But listen, if that gets cranky and that gets bad, the quarterback or the coach rather is going to win that battle.
Yeah, the big key is what's happened to Brian Thomas? He was the top 10 receiver last year, and all of a sudden we can't find him. And I think we can't find him because they're in a different system that's not featuring him. Get that man the ball by any means necessary. He's a stud.
Trevor Lawrence, last 4 games. Now, this is going back to last year, too. 55% completion, 165 yards a game, 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Woof.
Yeah.
That is rough. 1 or 2 more here. Packers, Browns. Packers 2-0. Browns 0-2. I don't expect much here. I do continue to watch Jordan Love to see if he is, frankly, finally become the truth for good.
I mean, he still misses way too many throws, and they can be reckless by throwing the ball down the field because they have such a great defense. So they're going to put pressure on the teams to kind of keep up. Matthew Golden, they're going to take at least 6 to 7 shots, probably 8 a game, probably 2 a quarter, down the field to try and get a big explosive play. But listen, let's not sleep on not Cleveland as a whole. But this defense has not surrendered more than 242 yards, and they held King Henry last week to, I think, 43 yards rushing. And so this defense is formidable when you talk about Myles Garrett and what he's able to do, but also, the cornerbacks and Delpit and I forget the corner, the lockdown corner.
Denzel Burke? No, it's not Burke. It's Denzel Ward.
Yeah, Denzel Ward. So they got some Ward daddies on the defensive side of the ball. The unfortunate part for Cleveland is that Joe Flacco's going to complete it to somebody. You just don't know if it's going to be him or your defender.
All right, that's part 1 of Sideline to Sideline. We will do part 2 in a little bit. We will also take your calls on any NFL that you want at 800-919-3776. That will be part of Sideline to Sideline on Mondays and Fridays as well. Whatever game you want to talk about, whatever part of this you want to get into for the weekend, whatever gambling you want to get over, then this would be the time to do it at 800-919-3776. I want to get a couple of comments in here from the YouTube chat. You can watch us at the ESPN New York YouTube page. And if you go on the ESPN New York app, simply click on the YouTube tile and bang, we're right there. Bart, here's a couple that comes in. Number one, this one is not Lamar. This was Sir Charles. I can't believe. I'm sorry, Adrian. The Jets failed to do anything against that Bills defense.
Yeah, that's because they stumbled over themselves so early, and Justin Fields is not equipped. See, you can play all that coverage stuff for Tua Tagovailoa. He can read the defense and find the holes. Like we saw that, Justin Fields, that's not how he's built. He holds on to the ball, and when he does that, he panics after a while when that eternal clock runs out. That's why Tyrod Taylor is the quarterback of choice, in my opinion, for a Todd Bowles type team. And if you play the Bills again and they're going to sit in that zone, he has to grow and learn and understand how to take the holes in the zone.
Also, Arturo wants to know, are we getting Bart Stradamus today?
Bart Stradamus is yet to make his debut since we kind of been together, man.
Yeah, we need
I don't know about today, but we can see if we can find him.
So was Bart Stradamus, enlighten me a bit, because this came about with you and Alan.
Yep.
And what was it based around? It wasn't really based around picks, right?
Yeah, I think we kind of like played around with picks. Tom, could probably pull up some of the old things so we can listen to how we used to do it. But, yeah, we used to do it around picks. I was predicting the future.
Well, we do need to make picks later in the show. And I also need you to have a survivor pick for later in the show as well. Our picks are not going great. Nostradamus literally was much better at being right than we have been so far.
Like, are you smarter than the monkey? You know how the monkey usually picks the Super Bowl winners?
I should just do that. Like, it's either that
Am I stinking too? I'm bad too?
Well, you're 1-5. I'm 0-6.
Oh, God. Who the hell hurt us? Is it because we keep picking the Jets?
I don't know. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think it's anything I touch is just turning to absolute crap.
Who knew? You became greeny.
Yeah, but then here's the problem. If I do like the greeny thing of I'm going to go then and pick the absolute opposite, see, that's a cop-out too.
Yeah.
That's a complete cop-out on Greeny's part, and he tried to win the ESPN radio pick'em challenge that way a couple of years ago. That's not the spirit of the game. Come on. I'm really disappointed with how we have done so far.
Yeah, we can pick it up this week.
Who has been worse, us or Bryce Young through the first 30 starts of his career?
It's crazy because he showed some promise last year. And they go out and they make the first-round draft pick for him, the McMillan kid from Arizona. And you were hoping, hey, maybe he get the lighter turn on and regressed in the pretty much the easiest division in all of football.
All right, you ready for this list of quarterbacks?
Yes.
The same as Bryce Young. So Bryce Young has the second worst record through 30 starts of any quarterback since 1970. There are 6 quarterbacks who are 6-24, and there is one that is 5-25. The one that is 5-25 is Dan Pastorini.
Wow.
I mean, that's going way back. But the 6 that are 6-24, Bryce Young, Steve DeBerg,
Tampa Bay,
Blaine Gabbert, Jacksonville, Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
And whoever the hell Randy Wright is.
I know. I think I remember Randy Wright, but, man, you talk about the giraffe, Mike Glennon, man. He had that giraffe neck. He got paid big money to go down to Tampa, too. That was so stupid.
He did.
What? They gave this dude that much money?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, neck like Jeffrey from Toys R Us. I don't want to grow up.
Man, how great was it going into Toys R Us when you were a kid?
Yo, it was instant gratification.
Oh, my God.
Now you got to order something. Like, you just pull up the Toys R Us, get the new video game, but then it's always some new toy. Go get you a Nerf gun or something. Like, you got no place to go. Walmart don't got nothing.
No. I'm going to grab a ball out of that big bin of balls.
Yeah,
and
man.
that's going to get the job done for me. Come on. I never got to walk into Toys R Us as a kid. My parents, they were always – we were not poor, all right? I was upper middle class probably, but I didn't know that. I had no idea about
They're
that
frugal.
stuff, right? We were always going to, the knockoff toy stores and getting the
Five and
knockoff –
below.
Like instead of Oreos when I was a kid, we got Hydrox. We got the ShopRite brand. We got the ShopRite brand soda where it just said cola. Like you always talk about King Vitamin with the cereal, right? Like that's what we always got. And I always ended up going into the knockoff toy stores. But the one time I went into Toys R Us, it was like the sun shone upon me for the first time. I love Toys R Us.
Man, you can get all kind of stuff. You get your Play-Doh. Like, even worst case scenario, you're going to get a figurine. Yep. Whether you get the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip or you're going to get the wrestler, like the little, rubber
little
wrestling
Brutus the
people.
Barber beefcake.
Yeah. You're going to get something. Your mom going to let you get something.
Exactly. I mean, it's just whether or not I was going to get the shears to go with it.
Exactly.
By the way, there was one more quarterback that I purposely left off that list who was 6-24 in his first 30 starts.
Sam Darnold.
No. Justin Fields.
Oh, wow. God.
Oh, God. Can we please? I've got my answer already on him. 800-919-3776. John, the tax man, wants a crazy Bart take. John, what's up, buddy? You're on the ESPN New York app.
Yo, happy Friday, gentlemen. Happy Friday, everybody. What's going on, man?
What up?
So, Bart, last week on Get Up, you had me crying. I was watching you. You made the take on the Seahawks, but your logic was favored towards Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So I called up because I wanted to see if you had a backwards pick that don't make no sense, but in your heart is the right way to go. Because I'm looking at this Dallas and Chicago game, and I don't understand how it's only 1.5 points when Chicago ain't really shown you nothing.
Man.
And Dallas, although their defense is a little, duck sauce right now, they still put up points.
Yo, this the Everflus Bowl, too. Remember, they were saying that, Caleb Williams is going to be so much better once he gets Ben Johnson in. He's been actually worse. And you talk about the defense of the Bears, who they've invested in heavily. It's been garbage, too. I'm going Dallas big, man. I don't even think it's going to be close. We talked about on the show today, the 2 NFC Players of the Weeks for the season have both received those awards after playing the Bears.
Oh.
So, Dak Prescott, they've given up 52 and 27. All within the division, too. Crazy.
That is nuts. I don't know why I keep getting suckered into the Bears.
I don't know why either. They defense stink. And remember, Jalen Johnson's injured, so they can't stop nobody that way. And Montez Sweat been stealing.
Ugh. Why do we keep getting suckered in by this? Whether it's Ben Johnson, whether it's Caleb Williams, whatever it is.
I said today, that Caleb Williams is 18 months from being the next Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields.
Oh, boy. That's rough.
Because if he doesn't figure it out now, next year he's going to be there. That's going to be year 3. You're not going to fire the coach again.
No.
And after some point, it's going to be like, yo, he just can't play. He got 18 more months. He got a year and a half before they start saying, you know what, let's bring in somebody like Daniel Jones or somebody like that. He'll be like Anthony Richardson, where he has to compete for his job.
That's not good.
And Chicago knows what it looks like.
I'll give you one little piece. I wouldn't call it breaking news, but I'd call it a little piece of insight from Adam Schefter.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels has not been spotted at practice today, signaling that it is unlikely he's going to be back on Sunday against the Raiders.
They have a lot of belief in
Marcus Mariota.
I mean, he kind of brings a lot of skill set.
Who would you rather have as a backup, Tyrod Taylor or Marcus Mariota?
Well, for what they like to do, it would be Marcus Mariota. For what we do, it would in our system, I would say Tyrod Taylor.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. In moments, we will hear from Tyrod Taylor, and we will find out exactly why Eli Manning thinks the Giants are handling Jackson Dart the right way. It's on the way next. Audio files at 800-919-3776. Don't forget, we, of course, are over on YouTube right now. So you should probably join us there. Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Out here, it's football season, where nothing beats backyard grilling, gathering around the fire pit, and cheering on your favorite team with friends. The yard is mowed, the lights are strung, and the grill is warming up. Whether you need to fill up your propane, get a new grill, or even a generator, out here, it's game day. And we're ready for it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
At Garden City Mazda, our inventory of new and Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Garden City Mazda. Exhilaration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN. ESPN New York is now live like never before, my friends, streaming on YouTube. Your favorite shows, DiPietro and Rothenberg, Bart and Carlin, The Michael K. Show, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, now live with video. Interact, react, and be part of the conversation live on YouTube. Subscribe now at ESPN New York on YouTube and never miss a moment. We will work in some of your comments on the YouTube chat and, of course, your calls at 800-919-3776. Bartolomeo, right now, though, it is time for Audio Files.
The Audio File.
Tom Bauer is here. It's a Friday, and Tom has got Audio Files. Thomas?
Oh, I sure do got audio files, Chris and Bart. So we're going to start off with what we teased. Tyrod Taylor, or is it Tyrod Taylor, according to Baker Mayfield? Whichever way you want to pronounce his name. He was asked if he feels any sort of pressure to win now that he's starting for the New York Jets.
No other pressure than any other game. I'm as confident as ever in the guys within his locker room. We know we're facing a very good team, but I have all the belief and faith in the guys in this locker room that we can get the job done.
Bart, what would you say your confidence level is in Tyrod Taylor with the Jets this week?
I mean, it's high for me because I think that this offensive line has proven that they can block some of the best edge rushers in this game. Vita Vea, even though he's a dominant run force, he's not a guy that's going to pop through and really give you problems from the pass standpoint. That means that Todd Bowles understands that, and he's going to try to get there by trying to blitz and confuse you. And Tyrod Taylor is, as equipped as you could want to be, and he sees this as an opportunity, but it's because of the confidence in this offensive line. When people blitz, there are huge opportunities. You saw yesterday, Josh Allen recognized it because he recognized the blitz was coming from the right side, and he checked to the left side where they had advantages at, and they really was able to gash Miami yesterday in the run game. I think Tyrod Taylor possesses that same type of acumen where he can get the guys in the right plays and really use the Bucs' aggressiveness against them.
The thing I would say that really I'm just looking for here is if he plays well enough, I don't think there's a reason to go, and they win the game. I don't think there's a reason to go back to Justin Fields for the next game, at least for the next game. I mean, I know we've been kind of consistent on that for the last couple of days as we've been talking about it, but I just don't see why you ever would. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
All right, next.
All right, let's get to a former Giants great quarterback and hopefully future Hall of Famer, Eli Manning, because he was on with Peter Schrager in the Schrager Hour specifically. And he was talking about Jackson Dart, not just because Jackson Dart apparently called Eli Manning to make a reservation at a steakhouse in New York City, but it had to do something with how the Giants are handling Jackson Dart. And Schrager was asking Eli if the Giants are handling Dart the right way. Take a listen.
I think the Giants are handling everything the right way where, you bring in a young quarterback. He's got to just kind of see what New York City is like in the sense of how the media handles the season. And right now he's getting a dose of that. Obviously the Giants, a tough loss, lost 2 in a row. Like, what's the media do? What's the team going around? Like, just to see, like, hey, how's Russell handle this? How the veterans handling this situation? So he just has an idea. As a young quarterback, you get thrown in there. You're going to make every mistake. You're going to have some struggles. You just got to have an understanding of how they're going to react to you and to the team and everything, so you're just prepared for that.
I love 2 things here. Number one, I love hearing it from Eli because obviously he's been in this exact position before. except he was the number 1 overall pick as opposed to later in the first round. But number 2, Eli told the kid, hey, you need anything, here's my number, call me, we can talk, whatever you need, don't hesitate. And the first thing the kid called him for was a reservation at Prime 112.
In Miami?
I think in New York.
We got a Prime 112 in New York?
I don't know. I think that's what I read. I thought it was, yeah.
But Prime 112.
Or Prime 12. I don't know whatever these things are called.
If he called Eli to get him in a place in Miami, that is funny.
It is. I mean, it's still funny that you're a quarterback of the Giants.
Right.
And you would still have to call Eli to get you in there. You were a first-round pick.
Well, when you don't win, you never know how that love is going to be perceived.
That's a good point. Next.
By the way, the restaurant, I did clarify, it is a New York City restaurant, 4 Charles Prime.
Oh, 4 Charles Prime. I got it confused. Sorry.
Very exclusive and sought after.
See, here's the thing. I don't go to
I've never heard of it. What's it called?
4 Charles Prime.
4 Charles.
They're supposed to, and of course, this is what I would know it for. They're supposed to have an unbelievable burger.
Come on, man. You can't be getting no burger in a place which is called
at a steakhouse. I know. Yeah. I know, but like some people, sitting at the bar kind of do.
You going there for lunch? Just because you sit at the bar don't mean you got to get a bar meal.
I'll tell you what, Peter Luger's for lunch, unbelievable burger. Really good. I can't have a steak for lunch. I'm going to pass out by the middle of the afternoon.
So it's either carbs or steak for you. You're just going to pass out.
Be like a bear shot with a tranquilizer dart. No, it's carbs in the morning. And then give me the person who would not be sleepy if they had a whole steak for lunch. You wouldn't be sleepy?
You talking to the dude that eat dinner at 10 o'clock.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Pork chop steaks, whatever I didn't eat to finish.
And also, the dude that's 10 years younger than me. Next.
Oh, boy. All right, so here's some more Peter Schrager for you, this time about the game last night, or I should say after the game last night, because I actually disagree with Peter Schrager in this take that he had on Get Up this morning. So the Dolphins are 0-3. You would assume that Mike McDaniel would be on the hot seat and could potentially be out of Miami pretty soon. But apparently, Peter Schrager doesn't think that's the case.
That team fought last night, and if you're just looking at the score, you're like, well, they lost by 10. No, they went in there, and they were in the game throughout. Tua actually played very well. 10 for 15 on third downs, converted a big fourth down, and you saw both Waddle and Hill being involved. The issue, like it was last week, they played to the very end a back-breaking interception, which is so unlike Tua if you look at the start of his career where it's all about protecting the ball. The back-breaking interception, not fully his fault. There was an unblocked man who came in, and yet they're 0-3 for the first time in several seasons. They've got to dig out of this hole. But all that talk of Mike McDaniel being on the hot seat and being fired, his boys fought for him last night. I don't think that's going to be the case this morning.
He's not getting fired today, but...
Let his ass lose on Monday Night Football to the Jets.
I mean, come on.
His key card will be immediately deactivated.
Yeah. Let's not turn this into... Listen, I like Peter. Let me just, that's not what's going on here to me. It might be what's going on with the owner and behind the scenes. They weren't going to fire him or anything. But let's be real. Tua didn't play well. Tua played well for Tua.
Right. 146 yards. Like, what are we talking about?
Every time I look up.
4.3 yards per attempt. Like, what are we talking about?
There's one ball he threw downfield, and that was that semi-prayer that Tyreek Hill caught down the sideline.
Then he threw the other one that he dropped. He just threw it up in a triple coverage. That wasn't good football.
No, and every other pass that he threw was like behind the line of scrimmage. It's let me get the ball to Achane or to Jalen Waddle as quickly as possible and try to let them make a play with their legs. He didn't play well. He played well for Tua, and that's where the issue is.
Well, the expectations were real low going against Buffalo, so because it wasn't a blowout, we assumed that, Buffalo hasn't been playing well, and their defense is horrible. They gave up, like you said, something like 11 for 15 on third down or something stupid like that.
Yeah, listen, I continue to believe that Mike McDaniel will not make it past another 2 to 3 weeks. And if they lose to the Jets on Monday night, if the Dolphins really do hate the Jets as much as you've talked about, and I believe you, if that's the case, then that's going to put an owner over the edge.
And, they have a young coach in waiting in Anthony Weaver, who's been a defense coordinator for the Ravens, been a defense coordinator for the Houston Texans. He played in the league, was a second-round draft pick from Notre Dame. They'll give him a shot, even though their defense isn't playing worth crap either.
Tom, you got any others?
I do have one more, and I apologize. I should have done this after we did the Eli Manning one because it does pertain to the Giants. Because apparently if Andrew Thomas doesn't play, then everything goes to complete crap for the Giants. Once he gets back, all their problems are going to be fixed. At least that's my interpretation of some people on social media. Jordan Renan was on with DNR this morning. He was asked if Andrew Thomas is going to play on Sunday. Here's an update.
I think it's one of those things where you don't believe it until you see it. But I do think, like, if he's taking the reps this week, and he was taking most of the first-team reps on Wednesday, that was the plan on Thursday. We'll see how it actually panned out when we go in today. But if that's the case, they were planning on Andrew Thomas starting this week. Like, that's what it says. Like, if you're giving him all the reps, that means they anticipated him playing this week. Now, it all depends on how he feels coming out of it, but there's a good chance, I believe, that Andrew Thomas starts and plays this week. But nothing with this situation is 100% because he's got to make sure he's 100%, and he's not going to come back and then have a setback right away.
So, Jordan, one second. Jordan also tweeting out about 4 minutes ago that, according to Dable, it looks like it's going to be a game-time decision for him.
Bart, when you have that situation with a guy like Thomas and you're dealing with an injury and you're coming back from it and you practice those first couple of days, if you're not feeling right, what's going wrong? You know what I mean? Like, what makes you think on a Friday after those 2 days of practice, you know what, he's not there yet?
It's Liz Frank. It's like the soreness, right? It's like the pain. Like, is it sore? We got to ice it. Like, did it swell up, right? Because sometimes when your body, you're trying to heal from something, you know what I mean, it'll swell up. It's the first indication that it's not all together or it can't handle the workload. Because you know whatever workload you gave it during practice is going to be twice as hard during the game because the players on the other side is going to be coming hard. We're protecting each other during practice. So, I mean, if it's swollen, if it's not right, and that's why you want to do it a couple of days because what you don't want to do is for him to hurt it again and then he could be going for a significant amount of time.
800-919-3776. It's Bart and Carlin on 880 ESPN. As far as the Giants are concerned, listen, it's crazy when we are at this point at 0-2 and week 3. We're talking about this being the season, but there's one of two things that can happen, and both of them will actually build toward the future. We'll talk about what we're meaning with that. Actually, I'll figure out what the hell I meant by that, and I'll tell you what it was next. Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on YouTube.
NFL Sunday is coming. You got your crew, you got your couch, your snacks, your slate, and FanDuel is coming in with something extra. This isn't just another NFL Sunday. It's your chance to place that perfect parlay or hit your go-to player prop. And now we're making it even better because this week FanDuel's bringing the bonus. That's right. Right now, all customers can get a 50% profit boost on any NFL bet. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back with something extra in your account because that's what Sunday should feel like. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to download the app and get in on the action before kickoff. This week, FanDuel's bringing the bonus. Right now, all customers can get a 50% profit boost on any NFL bet. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back with something extra in your account because that's what Sunday should feel like. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. We all turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one. Find your right match with BetterHelp. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout.
kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
This Ryder Cup, if you can't make it to Bethpage, then this is the place to be. Join the Michael K. Show, broadcasting live from 1 to 3 p.m. at Ryder Cup Live from Rockefeller Center, Midtown Manhattan's ultimate golf fan fest. Experience massive video boards, interactive golf challenges, themed cocktails, official Ryder Cup gear, and the electric energy of golf's greatest rivalry. From Thursday through Sunday, it's all happening in the heart of New York City. The Michael K. Show, live from Ryder Cup Live. Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the Ryder Cup.
Let's do it. 800-919-3776. Reggie in Hoboken is up on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app. Reginald.
What's up, fellas? How y'all today?
Good. What do you got?
Happy Friday. I got a couple of questions. First, I want to say Bart, who was awesome on Celebrity Family Feud last night. I think all your answers was great, but Bart, you know they don't understand hoods.
Yeah,
all your answers was great. You should have had no extras yesterday.
Yeah, man. They just
number 2,
knots on the head, man. Come on, man.
I know.
Forget you, Chris.
And 2,
I didn't play it. I didn't play it that time.
Carl, I've been listening to you since Mike and the Mad Dog, and I want to say you don't get enough respect for what you've did to that show, the success for that show, and I just want to give you a big up for that. And my last question is, Bart, if Overshawn and Bland come back, will that improve the Dallas Cowboys defense, which is real sorry right now? I'm a big Cowboy fan.
No, I think so. But listen, the Cowboys, make no bones about it, they're trying to win games by outscoring people. They're trying to be the Cincinnati Bengals and hope that you have to become one-dimensional. They want to be a team or a defense that's got to be built on turnovers. The problem is Quadri Diggs was horrible last week. I mean, he gave up almost like 200 yards on himself, right? And Bland is injured. So that's, you paid those guys. Those are guys that you have high expectations for, man. But, I always said before, I believe that Dallas at the end of the day is going to have one of the top offenses. Last week, you talk about Ferguson having 9 receptions on 12 targets. But the fact that Javon Williams can run the ball and give them some semblance of a run game is really what's going to be the key for them.
Well, you know what's good is that at least they're stopping the run. Oh, wait, they're not.
Hey, Kenny Clark got a sack, though. He only one behind Micah.
How old is Kenny Clark? 30?
30.
31?
30.
And you could have had, like, if
they got them first-round draft picks, though, baby. Don't worry about it.
I know, but if they asked
Rutgers got somebody coming out this year on defense that they can use that first-round draft pick on?
But can you just have imagined Will McDonald and 2 first-round picks for him? That would have been nice. That would have been nice for that would have been a better package for the Cowboys because you're getting the Jets' first-round picks and not the Packers. You're sending them out of the conference, and you're getting a young pass rusher.
But that's true. You could have said the same thing about the Patriots, too. Those would have been 2 high first-round draft picks.
Exactly. 800-919-3776. On the Giants front, I talked about this earlier. We know what the percentages are if you go 0-3, right? If you make the argument that the Giants actually found a way to win on Sunday night, then are you going to talk about them being 2-3? Probably, or the way it could play out. And then, you don't know where that all leads. Maybe they could start to get something going because then you're talking about taking on the Saints. But here's the other issue, though, Bart. If you lose this game, if you go to 0-3, to me, no matter what the situation is with Russ and how he's playing, there's no reason to not play Jackson Dart sooner rather than later. And I know we have talked about pinpointing that New Orleans game, but right after New Orleans, you've got Philadelphia on a short week. Would I rather have 2 games under Dart's belt before having to get ready for that kind of a situation? And then I've got Philadelphia twice in 3 weeks after that. I mean, if the Giants are 0-3, is there any reason to not play Jackson Dart?
It's not. And, but it's going to get harder and harder to explain because they're going to say, well, we don't want to stunt the growth of our offense and what they're doing on the outside with Neighbors and Rondell Robinson and stuff like that. I think in their mind they want an 8-game some type of 8-game sample size or something like that. I don't know if they want to give them 10. They want to keep it like 8, maybe 10, but 8 more than likely because you don't want your other team to say, oh, we're giving up on the season.
Yeah, I know, but wouldn't guys understand? Like, you know what I'd say to the defensive guys who would have a problem with that? If you played better, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Like, if you hadn't given, they scored 40 points. Like, it's not Russ's fault that he's not going to be playing. It's your fault that he's not going to be playing. Like, the rest of that defensive team is as good as they're supposed to be, just hasn't been.
And that's the key. Like, and that's, to me, that's the biggest indictment on the Giants, that they invested heavily drafting Javon Holland, Chauncey Golston, and this is what we getting for the. You have to ask Stern, like, what are we getting for our money?
They're not getting much for their money right now. I mean, Javon Holland, I don't see a ton. Like, is it possible there's just not a whole lot there that's left? I didn't think we were that far down the line with Javon Holland.
I mean, we just don't know. We haven't evaluated. Listen, one thing for sure, the whole world is going to be able to look at this Giants defense on prime time and see what they are, what they're not, against a team that they should dominate. Because, you have Patrick Mahomes, but you don't have any receivers that you should be afraid of. And Travis Kelce is slower and old, and he's not having a great season. Yeah, he's capable at times, but this shouldn't be a defensive. This should be a 20-point game. They shouldn't get more than 20.
The Chiefs shouldn't get more.
Right, they shouldn't get more than 20. Right,
Yeah.
we just saw Philadelphia shut them down. This defense is supposed to be better than Philadelphia's. They're supposed to have better pass rushers. Philadelphia don't have pass rushers, and they have leaky oil at Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, the things that have gone well, the guys that I like, Nubin, Drew Phillips. We were talking about him a little bit yesterday. I think he can play, but this is going to be one of those games where I think it's either one way or the other. And it actually doesn't really have much to do with Russ. And frankly, couldn't that end up just being the best thing for Russ? Because if the Giants decide, all right, this is what we're going to be doing, if they go to 0-3, then you've got a couple of teams out there that very well could easily look at Russ as a better option that you might be able to trade him to. If let's just say he played well, but you lost again, Cincinnati?
Yeah, it's less complicated. It's less complicated than if you have to go that way with it's less complicated if you have to go that way without Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
So for anybody, it's a lot easier to try and take Russell Wilson, because if you decide to go to Jackson Dart, there's really no need for Russ to be here help mentoring him, because if you have to sit him down because things aren't going well, you just go to Jameis Winston.
By the way, Ian Rappaport basically saying last night, nobody's even ringing up on Kirk Cousins right now. A lot of people think he might be done.
No.
Not even ringing up at all. When you look at all the injuries at quarterback in the league, that says something about something.
But I think the fact that you still have to pay that part of that salary, and you want Atlanta to say, hey, we're going to eat this. And
they got to eat the whole thing.
Yeah, Kirk
right?
Cousins, yeah. Especially if I'm giving you a draft pick.
Yeah, I can't be giving you much else if you're not going to eat that entire thing.
That's why they'll wait. They'll wait till the trade deadline where it's only half of that money's owed.
New York soccer fans, get ready for a huge night at Citi Field. Wednesday, September 24th, NYCFC hosts Inter Miami. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. For your chance to be there, enter now at ESPNNewYork.com or through the ESPN New York app. Just click the contest tab and submit your entry. Don't miss your shot to catch this marquee matchup in person. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com/NYCFC.
Friday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Can the Giants pull off an upset of the Chiefs? Will Tyrod Taylor lead the Jets to victory in Tampa?
Even if Tyrod Taylor were to lead them to a victory, I would be very surprised if he stayed in a job with a healthy Justin Fields.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on 880 ESPN, the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
Oh, what are you doing? Don't do New York City dirty.
New York City's my heart, my soul. I would never do this place dirty, because everything I want is in this city.
Why would you want to dirty somewhere that you live?
This is your home. You don't throw papers out the window, flick cigarette butts.
It's disrespectful. Dispose of it the correct way.
I would never put trash on the ground. That's why we got trash cans. Don't do New York City dirty. Trash your trash.
A message from the Sanitation Foundation.
One by one, we keep this city clean, man. Let's get it.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is coming, and things are heating up.
We genuinely really get along with each other.
I don't even think Peter watches sports. You could make the argument that Rick doesn't get enough credit for being a low-key fraud.
Carlin's going to be at this Couchcast, too, so we got to make sure we have a lot of cannolis.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is Monday night, September 29th. See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
This Ryder Cup, Midtown Manhattan becomes golf's biggest stage. Ryder Cup Live at Rockefeller Center transforms the heart of New York City into an epic fan zone, complete with massive video boards, interactive golf challenges, themed cocktails, and official Ryder Cup gear. From Thursday through Sunday, rally with fellow fans, feel the energy of every match, and celebrate golf's greatest rivalry in the city that never sleeps. Ryder Cup Live at Rockefeller Center, where the Ryder Cup meets New York. To learn more, visit RyderCup.com.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
You're damn right it is. On this Football Friday, it's Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on the ESPN New York app as well as over on YouTube now. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube page, simply go to ESPN New York on YouTube or go to your ESPN New York app and click on the tile right at the top to watch us on YouTube. And bang! Right there. That's where we are. It's noon o'clock. What does that mean?
It's the power hour, 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 hour.
Hearing rumblings, just rumblings.
Rumblings?
Rumors, rumblings. Maybe the Power Hour has a sponsor soon. Just hearing things. Little birdie told me.
Hope
it's possible.
Hope it's a utility company or something like that so I can get my bill down.
I hope it's food.
Crazy around here.
Woo! How bad was your bill last month?
It's always crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, they raise your rates around here for no reason.
It's absurd what they've gotten to.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I need to figure out how to get a solar panel up so I can sell it back.
Get that tax credit money. Get that solar money.
It's ridiculous. Like, everything around Jersey is just overly, in New York, it's just overly expensive for no reason. Oh, well, it's going up. For what? I don't know. Just because we should go up everywhere.
This is my fault. I started this hour this way. Hopefully it's a power company for the Power Hour. We'll find out soon enough as it is. But you know what it is right now? It is time for part 2 of Sideline to Sideline.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
Okay, a couple of the 1 o'clock games that we did not get to earlier, Bart. Raiders and Commanders. We told you before that Jaden Daniels sounds like he is kind of trending toward not playing in this game. The Raiders have not been that bad. They really have not been that bad. I still continue to believe that this whole Brady thing is complete crap. I mean, it's honestly just garbage that he would be calling a game this week and then next week, his team that he partially owns is playing against that team.
You know, and the crazy part is that they haven't been able to really do what they thought they were going to be and had an identity. Like you hear Ashton Genty saying, you don't draft a back like me and not give me carries. Sounds eerily familiar. You know, this is a team that had a franchise running back and allowed him to walk away because they didn't want to pay him, only to sign Ashton Genty because they had Josh Jacobs.
But isn't it early? I mean, it's early for Ashton Genty to be saying that, but especially with Pete Carroll. Like, you know Pete Carroll wants to run the ball eventually, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it's way early for Ashton Genty to be saying that.
But he said it. He said it, so like he's a bold rookie.
So it doesn't matter. He did say it.
Yeah.
That's all that's into it. So that game, a pair of teams that are 1-1. Raiders are looking for the first time in 5 years where they win 2 games of their first 3. Just going to 2-1, not 3-0. Just going to 2-1 for the first time in 5 years. That's how bad things have been for the Raiders.
Take that, Jets.
Speaking of bad, this will be football by definition only. Falcons-Panthers. Are you starting to believe a little bit more in Michael Penix?
Oh, absolutely. I've been a fan of Michael Penix. I think he throws
I know you
one
have
of the
been.
prettiest balls out there, and this offense is a legitimate threat.
I shouldn't say it that way. I should say, are we seeing where he's taking it to the next level when last year against Carolina threw for 312, 3 total touchdowns in that game. Last week, continuing to grow. I'm a believer in Penix too, and I think the thing we all forget is this is not a young man. This is a guy who's 24, 25.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he came in the league mature. You know what I'm saying? He came in with the AARP card. Remember, he played, 5-6 years? He was in Indiana for a long time. Then he went to Washington. He's matured. The issues was never about his talent. It was about his durability and ability to stay healthy. He's not the once reckless running quarterback that he used to be in Indiana. He's really, calmed down, and he has a tremendous amount of weapons around him. You can talk about Bijan Robinson. Kyle Pitts is starting to look a little better this year. Drake London. They have the weapons around him, and now they look like they have a bit of a pass rush.
If I had to ask you, as we get to the Broncos and Chargers, what do you think the over-under is in that game? Total points, Broncos, Chargers.
Well, the Chargers have been one of the most dominant defense for the last couple of years, especially scoring defense. You look at last week, Bo Nix only put up 206 yards of offense. Sutton struggled. They didn't run the ball particularly well, even though J.K. Dobbins had a couple big runs. So you don't expect a lot of points to come out of Denver. With the Chargers, they've struggled sometimes in the red zone. So I would probably say under 40.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing too. And it's at 45.5. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I do not think that those two teams are going to combine for that kind of offensive production.
Well, Denver gave up 316 yards to Danny Dimes last week.
They did. I was there for that. They did for sure. It was not pretty for Denver's defense, which, Bart, week 1 plus last year, they had 6 sacks in week 1. Last year, they had 63. So that's 69 sacks in 1 year and 1 game. And they gave up that much last week to Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Wow.
And 165 to Jonathan Taylor.
And big runs. They had actually held him in check until he had one big run later in the game. And what do you know? They all count. When you give up a 68-yard run, they all count.
Yeah, man.
Bart, how about the Cowboys and the Bears? You were just talking about this a little while ago. I continue to get suckered in by the Bears, and I don't know why I do. Do we see the Cowboys put the Bears at 0-3 this week?
I think absolutely. And I think, I picked the Bears to finish 4th in his division as well. I just didn't think they were of the caliber. And like I said on Get Up this morning, Caleb Williams is 18 months from becoming the next Mitchell Trubisky and the next Justin Fields. So
talking about a lot of sacks. To that point.
Well, I'm talking about being a number 1 overall pick.
No. I'm adding to your point.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't clear about that. He has been sacked 74 times in 19 starts.
It's crazy. And who's invested more in the offensive line than the Chicago Bears?
Exactly. So when it's like they just went out and traded for Jonah Jackson this offseason, the money they've spent, the high picks that they've spent.
Yeah, Taron Jenkins and all the tight ends they drafted.
I think the way you're putting that is an incredibly revealing way, because what's our knock on Fields is that he takes too long, and a lot of those sacks end up being his fault.
And that's exactly. We did a whole clip with Tannenbaum today about him holding the ball for over 3 seconds and what the success rate is. And that's what happens when your whole game has been predicated off schedule plays and what he did at USC, and then he had that play where he was spinning around and all that stuff in preseason. Everybody applauded him and look how great that is, Patrick Mahomes. Nah, man, that's not sustainable in the NFL.
Boy, we all got to write it down. Remember, next August, relax.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders, remember him?
Meanwhile, I mean, he's really setting himself up. He's going to be in the same position that Anthony Richardson was. Like, yeah, we going to give you a chance. We believe in you, but we need to bring somebody here to compete with you. You're going to have to fight for your starting role.
Next, the other game between two 2-0 teams, Cardinals and 49ers. Cardinals beat them twice last year, but both of those games were without McCaffrey.
Yep.
And one of those games was without Brock Purdy in the last week of the year. Mac Jones, we don't know if Purdy's going to start or if Jones is going to start. If I'm guessing, and this is completely guessing, I would think that they would try to keep Purdy on the sideline for one more week just to make sure that he's healthy. But Mac Jones, Bart, in his last 7 starts after a win, is 0-7. Now, this is Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's quarterbacks, that his backup quarterbacks and what they have done, I mean, if it's not Mac Jones or it's not, what's his name?
Jimmy G?
No, Jimmy G or Purdy, they're 10-32. If it's any of those three, if it's not any of those three guys, keeping in mind that Mac Jones has played just one game. 10-32.
I mean, Brock Purdy might be coming in and, they light him up, Buda Baker, somebody get to him. You don't want to risk him too early. I know it's a divisional opponent, they matter, but you're 2-0, so you can make that up later.
In case for those who are gambling and might be curious, Arizona 9-4 against the spread in their last 13 games. Just saying. Just pointing that out. Chiefs Giants Sunday night. 0-2, 0-2. The rubber hitting the road at some point at MetLife. Is there any chance, Bart?
I just wonder what the prop bet is that Taylor Swift shows up.
Oh, she's got to show up. And by the way, last week she showed up, but they put up like one of those dividers so that nobody could see her. Like when she was walking down the hallway to get into the elevator to go to the suite.
I think she's Princess Diana.
It was weird. Like she's never like that.
Right, but before, now because she's engaged. Before it was all love. She couldn't miss a camera.
I can't imagine that's it.
She couldn't miss a camera. She was standing up in the suite, like sitting there. Then so much so that Mahomes' wife like, no, you ain't gonna steal all my shine. My man is still the best player on the team.
For all of you who have been thinking about jumping on the Giants this week, I'll just drop these 2 numbers for you, Bart. 1-9 in one-score games since the start of last year. 1-9, worst in the NFL. 2-18 in primetime games since 2019. Wow, that's what the Giants are. Wow. 0-3 in Sunday Night Football. Outscored 71-16 since 2023.
Damn.
Oh, my Lord.
It's like getting lapped twice.
Oh, wow. That is a kick right in the round ones. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. And then finally, what do we got Monday night? We got Monday night?
Baltimore and Lions, baby.
Yes. Baltimore and Detroit. I'm going to let you go on this game because this is like, I don't know who you root for. I don't know what you're about here.
The Ravens.
You're rooting for the Ravens here.
Of course.
Even though it's your hometown team.
Yes. Because the team that gave me money always get president over the team that thought I was funny.
All right. Did the Jets give you more money or did the Ravens give you more money?
Ultimately,
the Jets, right?
Ultimately the Jets, but the Ravens paid me twice, and they took the chance.
Okay, that's fair. So if the Jets were playing the Ravens, you're rooting for the Ravens?
No, it all depends on who it affects and how it affects.
All right. Well, how do you see this
both
game?
of your kids play a game against each other. It's like, like Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. Like, Travis already won one. Let Jason win one.
Well, we'll get into that, and we'll spend a little bit more time on it in a bit. But as he does each and every Friday, Chris Kanty is stopping by. He joins us right now. Kanty, of course, of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. You see him all the time on First Take and, occasionally on Get Up as well, popping in. And Kanty joins us right now. You are fresh from the, is this the labor coach that you were seeing today?
Yeah, so we were meeting with our doula today. This is our second meeting together with the doula, getting things ready for baby to get here right around New Year. So, yeah, man, if one thing about me is true, and this has been on NFL scouting reports since I came into the league, number 99 is coachable. I can follow instructions. I am coachable, Bart. I am pliable in that way. And so we had our second coaching session, our second position meeting, as you will, today.
All right. So what's your role going to be here in this? That's what I'm curious about. Like, are you just cheering on? Like, what are you doing here?
No. I'm more involved in that, man. I'm trying to make a football analogy to it. Yeah. So I'm not the quarterback. That's obviously my wife. I'm more like the center. I'm setting the protection. I'm identifying the mic. I'm pointing out whether or not I think there's going to be a blitz, where it's coming from. Like, that's my role in all of this. And so when it's go time, I'm going to snap the ball and get it to the quarterback. And then my job is to make sure I protect the quarterback so they can focus on doing the most important thing, which is getting the ball into the end zone, otherwise known as getting the baby earthside.
Okay,
so that is my job. That is my role.
But there might be a time where the quarterback yells, "Get the hell out of the way."
Well, if in fact the quarterback decides to call her own number and scramble with it, I'm going to make sure that I'm blocking and I'm leading the way. That's what I'm saying. That's my role. That's my job.
Have you figured out, is it just going to be you in there, or is the fam coming in there? Like,
oh, no. So we got a game plan, Bart. We got a game plan. The game plan is that it's going to be me, wifey, and the doula in the delivery room. That's it.
Who's doula?
And then the doula is like the birthing coach, the birthing coach.
The birth coach. Okay.
So
are you doing it underwater? Are you doing it underwater thing?
Yes. No. We're not doing an underwater thing. No, it's like, so the doula is like a midwife.
Yeah, midwife. Okay, yeah.
Remember how the midwife?
Yeah, midwife.
Okay, that's the doula. So the doula is the midwife, and then we're gonna have the OBGYN and the medical staff there, and that's it. And then we'll have the moms and in the waiting room.
See.
And then once the baby gets here, they get him cleaned off and all of that stuff, then everybody can come and I can present him like Simba in the Lion King.
All right, well, I like Shaka Zulu. You know what I mean? Better. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, so if you're doing that, like, I suggest, are you inducing, or how you coming out? Natural birth?
Nah, man, we're gonna do the natural birth, bro.
Okay,
okay. Natural birth.
So just as a 3-year veteran of this type of thing, a 3-time champion, I suggest.
You are a 3-time champion.
I'm telling you, tell the parents you'll call them when the baby's coming. Don't have them, because they're going to be in the hallway and they're going to bug the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be coming in, checking in, you got to go outside into the lobby, you know what I'm saying, talk to them. Hey, what happened? Because, listen, it can be 5-10 hours of labor. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of pushing. It's going to be a lot of time. Let me ask you this, because you've done this 3 times. There ain't nobody on the hospital staff that you can say, hey, man, why don't you just go and periodically give them an update, slide them a couple bucks, say, hey, man, just give a parent an update so I ain't got to deal with it. You can't massage that situation, Bart.
Yeah,
think about it. When we've had surgeries as players, there usually is a nurse or somebody that's on staff that'll give your significant other or your family an update on how the procedure is going.
See,
right? Because those procedures we had like hours.
But
you can't do that with labor.
No, if this was a normal situation and your parents weren't going to lose their absolute damn mind. Listen, you want to see some crazy people, you ain't never going to see your parents act so, like, you ain't going to recognize them. Because now you got Mufasa coming, Junior coming, and it's the king or the queen of the babies. They don't know how to use their damn mind. Grandparents you ain't gonna recognize these people for the rest. The way they raise your kid as a grandparent ain't gonna resemble nothing that you went through. You gonna be like, where was these people when I was growing up? These people actually I like.
Wow.
And by the way, I don't know anything about this. I don't know that you need to be sliding them a hundo like you're trying to get, like Jackson Dart trying to get a reservation at Fort Charles.
Whoa. So say the guy that tipped his movers $2,000. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, nobody, what the hell are you doing? Talking about setting a bar high. Like,
$2,000.
They on the clock.
So hold on, Carlin, what you saying is it's okay to tip the movers. It's not okay to tip the nurses that are bringing a child into this world?
Listen, again, this is why I'm not a parent.
Priorities, all that stuff.
You got it, Bart.
That's a good point. That's a good point. We should probably talk about some football. Well, let's move on now.
Yeah.
Kanty, of course, is with us. Let's start. We start with the Giants on Sunday night. It feels like there are people that are trying to talk themselves into this, Kanty. Everything that we've looked at, you've seen the Chiefs maybe fall off a little bit. You see the Giants put up 37 points last week. Is there any reason whatsoever to believe that the Giants can win this game?
No.
Yeah.
No, and I know everybody wants to point to Malik Neighbors and how special he is leading the league in receiving. Hey, listen, Malik Neighbors is a dog. Nobody is playing wide receiver better than him across the NFL. That said, the Chiefs secondary, Cowboys secondary, it is not. You're not just going to have Malik Neighbors splitting double coverage. They're not going to have forever and a day to throw up the ball. And for God's sakes, can somebody tell me who's going to block George Karlaftis and Chris Jones? Who's going to block him?
Is Thomas available? Because I like that matchup.
Yeah, but I mean, even if he does decide he's going to play, which is a long shot, he's not going to be at the all-pro stature that we're anticipating because he's coming off of an injury. So, yeah, man, I think it's a tall order for the New York Giants offense to deal with the Kansas City Chiefs defense. And let's not forget the Steve Spagnuolo factor either. You know he's going to have a game plan to try to take away the things that Russell Wilson does well. And the Giants offense doesn't have a lot of dynamic elements to it. So I think that's what becomes interesting in this one. I get why we would be skeptical of the Kansas City Chiefs offense against the Giants defense, but somebody's got to explain to me how the Giants offense is going to deal with the Chiefs defense.
I mean, Russell Wilson has spent time in the division, so he knows Spagnuolo. He's went against Spagnuolo as a member of the Denver Broncos. And for some reason,
goes both ways, Bart. Yeah, goes both ways, Bart.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But when Russell Wilson was going against these guys, he still was going against pretty much the same group. Where Russell now has two weapons that he hasn't had. If Rondell Robinson can hold up his end of the bargain, and this isn't the Chiefs defense that we've seen over the years. They're not really getting there with the blitzing and all those type of things. So. I mean, I'm just saying it's a puncher's chest, just like some stats. The Kansas City Chiefs have never beaten the New York Giants in Giant Stadium or MetLife Stadium. Just saying.
Bart, what that got to do with anything?
I'm just saying this is the time to kick the Kansas City Chiefs down.
The last time these teams played against each other was 4 years ago? Come on, man. That doesn't matter. These teams, these rosters are completely different. Go ahead.
If the Giants defense can't dominate this Kansas City team, then this team isn't a good defense. Because right now, kick them before Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy comes back. If Worthy comes back, remind him that he has a hurt shoulder.
Well, listen, I'm not saying that that's not the approach, right? And physicality always has a place when it comes to playing good defense. I just don't know how we jump to the place where the Giants defense can get the benefit of the doubt after what they did in Dallas last week. How do you do that? I mean, you're talking about a defense that had an opportunity to put the game on ice. They let Jake Ferguson run in the middle of that secondary like you got Stevie Wonder in pass coverage. They throw it to him, set up the game, go into overtime, and then they let Dak Prescott scramble to set up the game-winning field goal. Like, I got to see it before I believe it with this Giants defense after what they allowed to happen in Jerry's world last week.
Chris Kanty is with us as he joins us each and every Friday. It's Carlin. It's Bart on 880 ESPN and on YouTube. Okay, so as we flip to the Jets, If they actually win and Tyrod Taylor plays well, do you stick with him and ride the hot hand, or do you automatically go back to Fields if he is healthy?
You go back to Justin Fields at some point. Like I think this team, in order to put together the kind of season that Aaron, Glenn, and Darren Muji envisioned earlier on in this offseason, I think Justin Fields has to be a quarterback. And that's no disrespect to our former teammate Tyrod Taylor, because he is a pro's pro, and I expect that he's going to go in and operate that offense. He has a lot of similar traits to Justin Fields, but Justin at this stage in his career is a better athlete. Justin has better arm talent, and so I think if you can harness all of those things, then it's not a question in my mind that you go to Justin Fields. The only thing that you're concerned with is putting him back out there too soon and potentially, having another, concussion or putting him at risk for further injury. So I think that would be the only concern. But this is a tall task for this New York Jets team. I mean, even though the Bucs are dealing with a short week, this is going to be a fight that the Jets have on their hands handling this Buccaneers team, especially this Bucs offense. This is not an easy outfit to go against.
Kanty, good stuff, brother. Be safe and,
Go practice not fainting when you have to cut this cord.
Did you cut the cord, Bart?
I did. It's like cutting through cartilage or something. I can still hear the sound of cutting through it.
So you cut all 3 cords?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
I don't know, man.
Wait. Listen, when the baby come out, I was like, listen, I bet not ever hear you talking about, oh, it hurts again. Baby, 21 inches, 8 pounds. I ain't working with that.
Hey, listen, I think my wife will be lucky if he comes out 21 inches and 8 pounds. The way things are trending, this is going to be a big boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kanty, good stuff, brother. We appreciate it. We'll talk next week.
All right. Next week we'll have Lamaze classes to review, guys.
Oh, nice.
Chris Kanty, of course, at Sportsmanlike. You see him on First Take all the time.
Yeah, practice all that breathing if you want. You forget all that.
All right, listen. He's obviously joking about it, all that right now. Does he have any idea what he's in for?
No damn clue. He going to be emotional, crying. Oh, man, he don't know what the hell he going to do. He has no idea. Then when you see that big-ass placenta just be pulled out, like, oh! You don't know if your wife going to dookie on herself or not. Like,
oh, come on.
Yeah, it gets real.
But we don't need to describe that.
It gets real. No. Half the people listening to us done had a baby. They know what it's about.
I know.
Pull that placenta out like, damn. Some people eat the placenta.
I know, and those people
fried
are
up with fava beans. They eat it like fava beans.
It's Bart Carlin with a nice Chianti. 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
Those instructions can be tough, and, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. I played sports my whole life, and my dad was my biggest fan. Because he lost his leg in a construction accident, it was sometimes tough for him to get from his car to the bleachers, but that didn't stop him. He always kept a folding chair in his trunk and would cheer from the parking lot when he had to. And over the past 35 years of building D'Agostino & Associates, I've made sure our team does whatever it takes to accommodate our clients and help them get every dollar they deserve. With my son and my daughter by my side, we're going to continue the legacy of getting justice for people just like you. The consultation is always free, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, but we'll always make it easy for you to meet with one of our attorneys. Remember, I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
At Garden City Mazda, discover more about what moves you.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Our inventory of new and Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Embrace every unexpected turn with the new 2025 Mazda lineup. Refined performance, spacious interiors to fit your life. Elevate your driving experience.
Garden City Mazda. Exhilaration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
My friends, game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7:05 Yankees in Baltimore to play the Orioles. Mets Nats at Citi Field. Pre-game coverage begins 6:30 right here on 880 ESPN. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Bart, 12:30 on Friday. You know what that means. It's a little Carlin's Corner Table.
Delightful.
I had some bacon.
Chris Carlin likes food.
There's not much of a better smell in the world than Cinnabon.
Chris Carlin has opinions on food.
You call yourselves the Burger King, you're a disgrace.
It's Carlin's Corner Table.
I used to go to the Fudge Factory in Baltimore all the time.
Bart, Fudge Factory is a good place?
It's just a Fudge Factory was just a place they made fudge. That's where Drew Hill came from. Drew Hill with Cisco and all those guys. Their name is just, they basically picked the name of the park that's downtown from them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But they worked at the Fudge Factory. You know, they sing and make your fudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they come from.
Bart, we've been on a little burger kick lately, and we actually are on it again this week. We had pizza last week. We're back to burgers. It's Diesel and Duke in New Jersey. Are you familiar with Diesel and Duke at all?
No, I am not.
There are 3 locations. It is one in Montclair, one in Jersey City, and one in Princeton. EatDiesel.com. That is their website. Now, I went here because I'll be honest with it. Number one, I wasn't planning on doing a burger again this quick, but I was stopping in Jersey City the other day, and the parking situation in Jersey City is just freaking awful. You people need to clean this up because every other block they're doing some kind of construction, and you can only park between 1 and 3 a.m. on a Thursday at particular spots. It's a disaster. Anyway, that aside, I did find a parking spot right in front of the place.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? This is a place that actually people have been talking to me about for a long time. So I decided to give it a shot. Diesel and Duke is known for their burgers. They do not have an expansive menu by any stretch. They have one that has a few burgers on it. I got to sneeze again, and I don't have a sneeze button. What are we going to do here?
Just let it out. There you go.
How about that one?
There you go. Let it out.
All right. Okay. Anyway, but they have a couple of specialty burgers. Now, when you eat a burger, do you like it, just a normal cheeseburger, or do you like a lot of stuff on it?
Nah, I pretty much bacon at most.
Right.
Sometimes some onions and lettuce, tomato.
Right.
But that's pretty much about it.
That's kind of me. I'm not a lettuce and tomato guy. As I've always said, lettuce never makes anything better, ever. Right. But in this case, this particular burger had been, in particular, had been recommended. It's called the Smoke Show. The Smoke Show burger. It is bacon, aged cheddar, an onion ring, and barbecue sauce. Now, I'm not a big barbecue sauce on a burger guy, but I'm adaptable. I want to know what the people like, and people have said this is it, so I went with it. We went with the Smoke Show and an order of regular hand-cut fries. They also have poutine. They also have Cajun fries. They've got shakes, and they have some onion rings. But I went with the regular fries, and I went there for the burger. And the burger, okay. Bart, you're saying I'm handing out grades that are too high these days?
Yeah.
It was decent. It wasn't great. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Am I going out of my way for it? I don't know. I don't think so. But you know what I am going out of my way for?
What's that?
I did not expect this. The fries are unfreaking believable.
Why? I feel like I'm listening to an episode of Friday. Always got two things that don't match. Got ham, no burger. Like, how can you have a good fries but then don't have no good damn hamburger? Come on, man.
I'm telling you. What do you think makes good French fries?
The crispiness. I got to have some meaty potato in it. Not too much. I don't like them big wedge potatoes. I like crinkly cut. It can be good. Wendy's has a good ratio to like size to crisp.
Yep. Imagine Wendy's fries, but crispier than Wendy's fries. That's exactly what this is. I have always said that you get it, and this once again shows me that you get it.
Yeah.
These fries were unbelievably crispy with enough potato meat, if you will, on the inside, but not overwhelming. Not anything that's going to take over it all, but the fries were ridiculous. They were they were plain, nothing on them. So good. I would travel for these fries. So I decided that in this case, we are going to break this score up into two things. All right? For the fries, we'll go 5 because they were that good. For the burger, 3.5.
So when you round your experience up, do you melt the 5 with 3.5 and come up to 4?
No, I give
As
you
an
two different
experience?
things. No.
Okay.
I give you two different things.
So order the fries there, but go get your hamburger from the other place first.
Well, I don't think you even need to do that. I just think you need to understand that sometimes things get overhyped.
Yeah.
Because it might be, it might have the look of a place that is supposed to be really good, and that's what this has. It has the look of a place that you think, oh, I bet their hamburger's unbelievable. It was pretty good. It was not anything it was not what I had a few weeks ago at Hamburger America. It was not that. But these fries, they kick some serious ass.
What did you give Hamburger America fries?
I didn't grade those fries. I graded just the burger. The burger was a 5 Carlin burger, but the fries at Hamburger America, they were McDonald's fries. That's how I would describe them.
Gotcha.
So they're pretty good. But these ones, these were top-notch. I see you shaking your head, and I don't think you're really happy with what I'm doing these days.
No, it's all good. I just think sometimes you got to start taking some people with you so you can discuss it on the way out.
So you think my entire purview has become jaded?
Something's hitting something hit your taste buds so good that I think everything that you taste is being bumped up on a curve.
Huh. But that's not what happened with the burger.
Yeah, but the burger before just got you. You still tasting the remnants of that. It's just it's deep in your esophagus.
I think you're really nitpicking me here. I'm trying to do the right thing, and you're questioning my judgment. And really, all I should ever have to do when people talk about, you showed me a great picture the other day that somebody had made of you with 57 and all your career accomplishments written down in the 57, right?
Yeah.
When I show you my resume, all I should ever have to do is lift up my shirt. Okay? And I shouldn't even have to do that. Like, who's walking through the door when I walk through the door.
I feel like to get more attention to Carlin's Corner, we either have to give you like a chef's smock in the front or something with the logo and everything. We gotta make it a big moment. Like when you show up, everybody know. You know what I mean? You don't want to do the bib thing, so we have to do like the.
We got to call the paparazzi.
Right. We got to do the apron. You got to do the apron. You know what I mean?
You want me wearing an apron and a hat when I walk in?
Yes. Maybe preferably a bucket hat. with your logo on it. Like it's, if Ryan Clark's taught you anything, self-promotion is the key.
That's an excellent point.
Wear your own smock, your own logo, your own T-shirt, your own face on your body.
Enough of these surprise visits. Let everybody know.
Exactly. Like,
what the score is.
Like, he here. I know that logo.
You want people, and not only that, you want people actually in advance of it, like whispers and rumors. Hey, Carlin going to show up.
Like they see you walking down the street. They trying to figure out where you going to turn into. You walk past the place a couple of times. Like, oh man, we wish he'd come in. I thought he's coming in here. Oh, he is here.
And if I get one more comment in the chat on YouTube about how, here's an idea for Carlin's Corner table, eat a vegetable.
Oh, we can eat a vegetable. We call it crispy. You have crispy artichoke with tahini and rosemary aioli. Amazing.
Maybe we could deep fry them in chocolate sauce.
No, you deep fry them. Maybe crispy too. It's so unhealthy, but it's good.
All right, so that's where we are. Diesel and Duke. EatDiesel.com. Burger, pretty good. Fries, tremendous. 800-919-3776. We've got our picks coming up next, and you need your survivor pick for this week as well, Bart. The team that will definitively win to keep you alive in the ESPN New York Survivor Pool. He is 2 for 2 so far, as am I. So we will do those all in moments, and as many of your calls as we can get in momentarily at 800-919-3776.
NFL Sunday is coming. You've got your crew, your couch, your snacks, your slate, and FanDuel is coming in with something extra. This isn't just another NFL Sunday. It's your chance to place that perfect parlay or hit your go-to player prop, and now we're making it even better. Because this week, FanDuel's bringing the bonus. That's right. Now, all customers can get a 50% profit boost on any NFL bet. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back with something extra in your account. Because that's what Sunday should feel like. Visit FanDuel.com/K to download the app and get in on the action before kickoff. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. We all turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one. Find your right match with BetterHelp. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout.
Cars for Kids, K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your...
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports, not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Yeah. 2, 3, 2, 5, 8, 8. Just got paid. It's Friday night. Party's jumping. Feel alright. Booty shaking. Dance to the beat. Oh, yeah. Oh. Just got paid. Oh, it's Sunday. It's nice outside. I wore my hoodie, man, my cashmere, and it's way too hot.
You were sweating.
I'm getting rid of this one, baby. I'm about to go out and soak up some of that vitamin D. No Diddy.
Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN. Also conveniently now on YouTube where there is no dump button and on the ESPN New York app. Are you ready to make your survivor pick?
Oh, I am. I just did.
Okay, what is it?
I picked Indianapolis over the rookie-led Tennessee Titans.
Really? Indianapolis over Tennessee. Okay. I would say that's probably a pretty popular pick this week, to be sure. I myself, Bart, I was thinking about Indianapolis. I just hate doing it with teams that are on the road. But in this case, as I look at the whole rundown of games, there are not a lot of great teams that are at home. I'm going to take the Packers on the road in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'll take the Packers.
Tell you what, that Packers, that Cleveland defense has been stout, though. It's been crazy. Held the Ravens and King Henry to 43 yards rushing after they talked a lot of trash, too.
Yep. Well, that's me. I'm going Packers here for our survivor pick. As far as the NFL picks, let's get to them. Bartholomew, we begin 1 o'clock on Sunday. Jets, Buccaneers, Tampa Bay, 6.5-point favorites. The total 43.5. What do you got?
Yeah, I think I'll just take I'm taking Tampa, man.
Tampa minus 6.5.
Yeah, all that.
You have lost your faith in the Jets.
I need to get on the winning thing. I got to quit picking with my heart.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I got for it, yeah.
Okay. Listen, I am 0-6. You are 1-5. This is not good. This is not good. I am going to take the Jets. So one would argue that my picks would be even more valuable to the public, knowing that I am 0-6 so far. So whatever I pick, you would think you would naturally fade it and go against it.
Right.
So I'm going to take the Jets plus 6.5 in this game. I know the Jet fans now are happy to hear that I have taken them, because rather not happy to hear that I have taken them because I am 0-6, but I will take the Jets here plus 6.5 because of primarily all the injuries that the Buccaneers have on the offensive line. If the Jets win the game, it's finally going to be because of their defense.
Yeah. I'm trying to reverse psychology, pick against them so maybe they can win. Jeez.
We'll try anything right now. Game number 2, Chiefs and the Giants. It's Sunday Night Football. Kansas City, 6.5-point favorites over the Giants. What do you got?
Taking Kansas City and the points. I mean, I think Kansas City 6. I just can't see Patrick Mahomes going 0-3. He's never been 0-3 in his career. I can't see him falling that way. The Giants, it was nice what they showed us last week as a divisional opponent. Those are always toss-up games. I got to go with it. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I understand it. And I'm going to go with Kansas City as well, primarily for these 3 reasons. They are trends, and they are numbers that I'm sure people would look at and say, well, that doesn't really play into this game too much, but it kind of does. The Giants have not been good in close games. They're 1-9 in one-score games since the start of last year. They're 2-18 in primetime games since 2019. 2-18. 0-3 on Sunday Night Football in the last 3 games. And then finally, what Kansas City has done on the road against NFC teams. Bart, Kansas City 13-1 on the road against NFC teams since 2019. Their only loss was 2 years ago in Green Bay. So I will take the Chiefs in this game as well. Game number 3, we will go to Monday night, Bart. Lions, Ravens. Ravens are 4.5-point favorites over the Lions. Ravens 4.5-point favorites over the Lions. What say you?
I'm gonna take the Ravens. I mean, they're playing at home, Monday Night Football, black uniforms. Lamar Jackson, something crazy like 22-4 against NFC opponents. He's phenomenal on Monday Night Football. He's box office. I think this is an easy play.
Listen, I understand that completely, and that pick makes an awful lot of sense. I, myself, will be right there with you. I am on board with the Ravens as well in this game, minus the 4.5. It's Jared Goff on the road.
Outside.
That's a problem. Jared Goff outside is a much, much different quarterback than Jared Goff inside. And then when you add on to that it's the Baltimore Ravens defense, I have to take Baltimore in this game -4.5. So, Bart's picks. He is taking the Ravens -4.5. He is taking the Chiefs -6.5. Is that correct?
Yes.
Chiefs -6.5. And then finally, you are taking the Buccaneers -6.5. Buccaneers -6.5. I will be taking the Jets +6.5. I will be taking the Chiefs as well -6.5. And then finally, I will in fact be taking the Ravens. Bart is 1-5. I am 0-6 so far. Unfreaking believable.
It's hard to be that bad too.
Well, I have found a way, and it is amazing that it's going on, but it is right now. That's just how bad it's been. Now, don't forget, in a couple of weeks, we have got the Couchcast coming up right here on ESPN New York's YouTube page. It's a Monday Night Football experience when the Jets take on the Dolphins week 4. Another sneeze. Settle in on the couch. It's the Altcast with all of us, your favorite ESPN New York personalities, instant reaction, unfiltered commentary. It's all live on our YouTube page where you can watch all the shows right now, and you can watch the game with us. And don't forget, it's the ESPN New York Couchcast presented by Calander's Bakery, Jacob's Pickles, and driven by the All-American Ford Auto Group, the #1 Ford Auto Group with huge locations throughout New Jersey. That's Monday, September 29th, starting at 7 p.m. on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. And as if that was enough, it's not. Michael K. next week. The Ryder Cup is going to be in New York, and not just out on the island, in Midtown Manhattan too. Golf's biggest stage in Rockefeller Center for Ryder Cup Live. The heart of New York City transformed into an epic fan zone during every round, and the Michael K. Show would be there, broadcasting live, because that's what they do. They show up where it's happening. Thursday, September 25th, 1 to 3 p.m., Michael K. Show at Ryder Cup Live in Rockefeller Center, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. No matter what you're playing for, make it superior with Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, a superior taste worth playing for. Official beer sponsor of the Ryder Cup. Bart, tonight, Rutgers, Iowa, sold out, blackout game.
Chop wood.
Look out, Jack. Here it comes. Have an awesome weekend. The Michael K. Show is next on 880 ESPN, the ESPN New York app, and on YouTube.
You matter, and so does your well-being. Call, text, or chat 988, New Jersey Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, for free 24/7 support with mental health, suicide, or substance use concerns for you or someone you love. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is coming.
I just didn't feel like physically getting off the couch.
Don't miss this live stream event with your favorite ESPN New York personalities, including Dave Rothenberg.
Is football season here yet?
Rick DiPietro, Chris Carlin, Michael K. Oh, football. And Don Hahn Rosenberg.
They're playing football!
It all happens September 29th when the Jets face the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Watch the guys' instant reactions and hear their unfiltered commentary all game long.
You're bad at football.
See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
I'm just trying to have the best possible show.
When does that start?
The ESPN New York Couchcast is brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
Bring the Ryder Cup spirit straight into your living room with Ryder Cup Live Watch Party Kits. You get everything you need to turn any space into the ultimate fan zone. Flags, cups, decor, and more. Host a few friends with the at-home kit or go big with the ultimate kit for larger gatherings. No matter where you are, you can celebrate in true Ryder Cup style. Ryder Cup Live Kits, your ticket to golf's biggest rivalry at home. To learn more, visit RyderCup.com.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights,